Welcome to the BEASTwriter family, where social media engagement is encouraged. I am your host, Ryan Sakamoto, and today we are going to be discussing the breaking news that just broke by Ian Rappaport as it pertains to the San Francisco 49ers and the Miami Dolphins. But before we go ahead and do that, I just want to say thank you for each and every one of you for subscribing to my channel. Just be sure to turn on and flip on the bell notifications so you get notified when I go live or when I upload content. Also, it's Family Fridays, guys. We're giving away this 49ers farewell season Candlestick Park farewell flag, only given to us limited edition season ticket holders. If you attended that game back in 2013, you were in luck. If you didn't, you're still in luck because, again, this is Family Fridays, and we are going to run a giveaway for everyone who subscribes to the BEASTwriter family YouTube channel. So go ahead and be sure to do that. All right. So let's go ahead and talk about the news that just broke, man. This is some crazy news. If you guys don't know what's going on here, the San Francisco 49ers move up from 12 to number 3 with the Miami Dolphins and land the number 3 overall pick. Now, if you're watching today's pro day at BYU, you will know that GM John Lynch is sitting there and standing there right now evaluating Zach Wilson. However, they hold the number 3 overall pick, and this is not a surprise. If you guys follow me since day one, you guys would know what? You guys would know that I predicted the Dolphins to go ahead and trade this pick after they released Kyle Van Noy. And I said that, and I legit put it on my Twitter, and people are like, whoa, if you guys don't know, now you know. Yeah, I put this right after Kyle Van Noy was released by the team. I said the Dolphins are going to trade the number 3 overall pick. What happened? This is why you guys follow me for my insights, analysis, spot on predictions, forward thinking, right? So let's go ahead and take into account exactly what's going to happen here, right? So they hold the number 3 overall pick. Based on my current analytics, I have the Jacksonville Jaguars going after Trevor Lawrence. That's a no-brainer. I think we all know where that's going. At number 2, you have the New York Jets, who are also at BYU's Pro Day watching. Who else? Zach Wilson. You have Robert Saleh there. You have Jets GM Joe Douglas there. You also have former passing game coordinator of the Niners, who is now the OC of the Jets, Mike LaFleur there. So with that being said, I think they're going to go Zach Wilson. I think they're going to go Zach Wilson at 2. The reason why I believe the Niners moved up to 3, and hear me out, I don't think they're done yet. I think they really want Zach Wilson. My gut feeling is they want Zach Wilson because let me tell you something. If they believe that Justin Fields is going to be the guy, they wouldn't have to trade up to number 3. And by trading up to number 3, let's peel back the layers of the onion to get to the core, as I always like to say. Let's do a little bit more thinking, right? Right now, everyone's like, oh man, we got the number 3 overall pick, so what's going to be there at number 3? Well, what if they're not done yet? Why hasn't Fred Warner been extended yet? You guys know I broke the news back on November 3rd. Hey, let's put it in perspective here. Everything that I say is coming true. Everything that I say is coming true. This is why you guys follow me. This is why this is the hottest live stream going right now. Let me tell you something. The Niners are not done yet. If they believe that Zach Wilson is the guy and he shines out at his pro day, as you're currently watching on TV, and also double down on those games by watching this live stream, you will know that he's going to make all the throws, throw off platform, have the drive, leg drive to make all the throws, also go through his progressions. You're going to see him have a lot of touch deep downfield. He's going to raise his draft stock if it hasn't been raised already. And if you're John Lynch and you're at that BYU Pro Day and you knew damn well that you were going to make this deal before heading to that BYU Pro Day, but you're still there to watch Zach Wilson, what does that tell you? You want Zach Wilson. And if you were to make a play for, like, let's say a trade up for a quarterback, you're not going to make a play for a guy like Mac Jones. You wouldn't trade up to number 3 for a guy like Mac Jones while yielding your first round pick, number 12 overall, your third round pick, number 102 overall, and then multiple first in later drafts. You wouldn't mortgage that future by moving up number 3 for a guy like Mac Jones. You just don't do it. You won't do that. You got to think like a GM. And again, if you're just tuning in, I'm telling you guys, go back and watch my Kyle Van Noy podcast. In fact, I'm going to put it up here because you guys need to know what's going on here, guys. I mean, I'm telling you, this is why you guys follow me. Just type in Kyle Van Noy, BEASTwriter, Kyle Van Noy, trade number 3 pick. I explained exactly in detail why, brick by brick, as to why. Just go here, YouTube search BEASTwriter, Kyle Van Noy, trade number 3 overall pick. Look at the timestamp when I said this. Look at my analytics as to why I said the Dolphins are going to trade the number 3 overall pick. Who else put that out there? right after the trade was made, or right after the move was made, that they released Kyle Van Noy. Listen, the Dolphins' needs are not very many. GM Chris Greer's MO is what? Moving up or moving back in the draft and picking up draft capital in return. Why? Because he only has 5 needs left on the board. That's running back, wide receiver, inside linebacker, outside linebacker, and maybe a center. That's it. That's it. And you're done. You're done. So if you're sitting there at number 3 and you can pick up draft capital in return because you have multiple first round picks, at the time you had the number 3 overall pick and you also had the number 18 overall pick. Well, at number 18, you're probably going to go select a guy like Najee Harris. Or you can wait in the second round to go ahead and land that quarterback or running back, because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, you hold the 36th overall pick and you also hold multiple second rounders. So you can kind of manipulate the draft how you see fit. If at number 18, they wanted to go in another direction, select maybe a guy like Elijah Vera Tucker at a USC, now they can do that. And sitting there at 12, maybe they double down on those gains. Because again, look at what GM Chris Greer is doing. He's building teams from the inside out, not the outside in. And this is why I said, this is why you guys fall. I'm telling you, this is why. This is it right here. And looking at it from the San Francisco 49ers perspective, they move up to number 3, and people are like, oh my gosh, well, we might be in the market for a Trey Lance, Justin Fields, or Mac Jones. You guys always go to that because why? Well, that's likely going to be there because who's going to go number 2? Zach Wilson. But hey, look at that dynamic. Robert Saleh and John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan have a great working dynamic. What if GM Joe Douglas says, hey, I like Zach Wilson after this pro day, but what if we just rolled with Sam Darnold? What if we kept Sam Darnold, traded with the San Francisco 49ers, let them move up from 3 to 2, build up that hype train, and then the Niners can get the guy who I always wanted them to take for the quarterback position, and that was Zach Wilson at number 2. It could happen. It's only moving up one spot. Now, if you look at the dynamics of what it would take to move up from 3 to 2, let's go back to the Solomon Thomas trade back in 2017. Where they struck a deal with the Chicago Bears and GM Ryan Pace, where he moved up one spot for Mitchell Trubisky, and the Niners moved back one spot to number 3 for who? Solomon Thomas. You can see the dynamics of how my line of thinking is coming into play. It all holds true, and with the San Francisco 49ers giving up so much draft capital in order to move up for that number 3 overall pick, it's going to be interesting to point out and say, what exactly is going on here? We have over 100 comments in this stream. Wow. Let's get to these comments. Official LA King from the BEASTwriter family says it has to be Wilson. Yes, definitely has to be Wilson. Definitely has to be Wilson, but they're not going to get him at 3. You're going to see GM Joe Douglas and Robert Saleh hype up this train. Remember, they already have a quarterback who has the critical factors that I like that you can win with, and they have multiple first-round picks. What they need to do, and I talked about this yesterday in my live stream, is they need more draft capital. They need more darts at the board. I said this in my live stream yesterday. In fact, I also said this on my Javonte Williams podcast yesterday. You see how I tie in the dots and now everything's coming to fruition? Again, this is why you guys follow me. Seriously. Anybody can say anything. You can follow anyone you want, but when they teeter back and forth, it's like, okay, well, that's not worthy of follow because what's the point of that? When I say something, odds are it's going to come true, or if it's pretty darn close, right? So when it comes to what's happening as of right now, you are seeing exactly, I'm painting the picture for you exactly as to why this took place. And again, if you followed my podcast, kept up all my podcasts, you would know. It connects the dots, and you guys, people are chiming in right now. Like, I can't believe it. I can't believe you said this. Like, you're the only one that said this. Official LA King, I'm beyond shocked the Niners front office actually traded up this high. Kyle must have a draft crush on a certain quarterback. And that guy is Zach Wilson. Because he wouldn't trade up to number 3 for a guy like Mac Jones. Trust me. Trust me on that. Jerry Rice says, from the BEASTwriter, I don't think Wilson will make it to 3. Exactly. I don't think that he will make it to 3 either, which is, I said, that they're not done yet. The Niners are not done yet. They want to move from 3 to 2. They have a good relationship with the New York Jets. We already know what's going on there. And don't be surprised if Robert Saleh wants Fred Warner to say, hey, we'll give you that number 2 overall pick, but we want to include Fred Warner in that deal because we need a middle linebacker because CJ Mosley, who is the highest paid middle linebacker, is not getting it done for us. I don't think he fits my system. I want Fred Warner because he's more of a 3-4 inside linebacker, and Fred Warner is more of a 4-3 cover 3 scheme fit. I want Fred Warner. I'm telling you guys, hey, the Niners are not done yet. Niners are not done yet. Please believe. We got over 100 comments in here. This is ridiculous. Well, now 150. It's going crazy. It's going crazy. All right. Let's go ahead and get to your comments and questions. Ruben Allred, let's Fins go. It says. All right, everyone's happy about this. Niners All Day Beast from the BEASTwriter family says, I'm so freaking happy right now. We have Chris Sabato Sevilla, Trey or Justin. Thank you for your question from the BEASTwriter family. It's not going to be Trey Lance or Justin Fields or Mac Jones. It's going to be Zach Wilson. That's it. Again, they're not done yet. If you're watching this and you're one of my colleagues, feel free to piggyback on my analysis. I know you guys do it anyways. But truth be told, they're going to go after Zach Wilson. They want Zach Wilson. They don't want a guy like Mac Jones because, again, you have to look at the analytics. I've been doing and covering the draft since 1999. I know what to look for. And this is why when I said the Dolphins are going to trade the number 3 overall pick after releasing Kyle Van Noy, and people are like, oh, what does that have to do with anything? Boom. Here we are today. Cash in that YouTube receipt, bro. That's why you guys follow me. BEASTwriter family coming in hot. That's all I got to say about that. But let's put it in perspective here. The Niners moved from 12 to number 3. If they were to target a guy like Trey Lance, target a guy like Justin Fields, or target a guy like Mac Jones, well, they wouldn't move that high like I just said. Because why? If you look at the current draft position and what teams' needs are in front of them, the hot spots for a trade for getting and landing one of those players based on the current draft position is the Detroit Lions, the Carolina Panthers. Those are the two hotspot trades right there. It's the Detroit Lions and the Carolina Panthers who sit at 7 and 8. Those teams also have a plethora of different needs. GM Scott Fitter, who is the new GM of the Carolina Panthers, along with the Detroit Lions new GM there and former director of college scouting, Brad Holmes, they need draft capital. So they would move back with the team like the San Francisco 49ers, and I guarantee those talks and discussions have taken place. So you would think that John Lynch was saying this, and like, you know what? If we're sitting there at 7-8, are we really confident getting a guy like Trey Lance, who's a project, getting a Mac Jones, who, yeah, he's good. I like him in all 3 levels, are very consistent, but compared to Zach Wilson, I mean, let's go to Zach Wilson's pro day and let's see if we can really make a play for Zach Wilson, because we're not going to be done yet. Let's move up to number 3. Let's get what we can get. Let's position ourselves and put ourselves in better draft position to go ahead and get a guy like Zach Wilson. I'm going to hit up Robert Saleh because I know Robert Saleh and GM Joe Douglas are also going to be at the pro day. Let me just talk to them on the side during the pro day and say, hey, can we work out a deal so I can move up to number 2 and then you guys can move back to number 3 like we did with Solomon Thomas. They're not done yet. And again, feel free to piggyback on my analysis if you guys want to do that. But no one's saying this right now. I'm the only one that's saying this. They're not done yet. They're going to go after Zach Wilson. And what if Robert Saleh says, hey, I want Fred Warner? I already put up that podcast. That's why earlier podcasts tie into this one, because it doesn't matter if I did it 3-4 months ago. It doesn't matter if I did it two weeks ago. It still holds strong. Fred Warner to the Miami Dolphins, or where? The New York Football Jets. For what? A first-round pick. Now from 2 to 3, it's going to take something like that to move up to that spot, because again, you don't have draft capital. The 49ers gave up the number 12 overall pick, the number 102 overall pick in the 3rd round, and multiple first-rounders in future years. So you're going to have to give up players now. And if you're Robert Saleh, who do you want? Fred Warner. And how come Fred Warner hasn't been extended yet in a front-loaded deal in a contract year? Sounds like the Buckner effect, which I pointed out in an earlier podcast. You guys be the judge. This is ridiculous. But it's if they can land Zach Wilson, I'd be all happy for Zach Wilson, but you should not trade Fred Warner. You guys know how I feel about that. We are getting so much comments here. We have Joe Greco from Facebook says, I disagree with Ryan. That's fine. You can disagree with me. Jason Lex from Facebook says, Warner going nowhere. See, these are people who follow me on Facebook. They don't follow my YouTube channel. I'm part of the BeastWriter family, so they don't know. They don't know what's going on. Because if they did, they would know Fred Warner Sr. is the one that follows me in the BeastWriter family, chimes in, one of my biggest supporters. I'm the one that broke the Fred Warner news back on November 3rd. Go figure. I'm the one who said that he should be given a contract extension. Go figure. And then these people on Facebook, no offense to you guys, but you guys act like I don't know what I'm talking about. But you have to enjoy the BeastWriter family in order to know exactly what's going on here. True story. Ja Amaranda, I would hope not. See, he knows what's up from the BeastWriter family on YouTube. Aaron Abe from Facebook says, I would move Armstead, not Warner, for Watson. Unfortunately, you can't get rid of Eric Armstead. I said that time and time again. He has $28 million tied up in dead money. You guys are stuck with Eric Armstead. I'm sorry about that. All right. So, Lunar Mystic from the BeastWriter fan said they said they'll keep Darnold. Okay. So, if they keep Darnold, then what's going to happen? I'm just saying. You move from 2 to 3, you move back one spot, you get your wide receiver that you can build around for Sam Darnold or whoever's behind center, if the New York Jets, and then that guy can be your top choice, whether it's Jamar Chase or Devontae Smith or Jalen Waddle. Pick your poison. I think it's either going to come down to Jamar Chase or Devontae Smith. But moving back one spot and still get the same guy that you could have got at number 2 while picking up draft capital in return, that's a GM's dream. That's a GM's dream. Taylor Knight says, wait, what is going on? The 49ers trade up with a number. Again, if you're on Facebook, get yourself a YouTube channel and subscribe to your boy and be part of the BeastWriter family. Otherwise, you won't be in it for this Family Friday giveaway. Today's Friday. Every Friday we do a Family Friday giveaway, 2:30 p.m. on our live stream. And I am giving away this farewell season to Candlestick Park. And again, if you don't know what's going on here, it's probably because you guys aren't following me on YouTube. I post all my insights, analysis, and predictions all up on YouTube. You guys know that in the BeastWriter family. We stay hot. We keep it lit. And that's why you guys follow me for my outside-the-box thinking and for the social media engagement that all you guys provide. You guys know your stuff too, and I love it. Love talking football. Dad, I'm for the BeastWriter family. If we keep Warner and get Wilson, we're going to the Super Bowl. Yes, very true. Tommy Harper says Justin Fields could be the play. Could they go after Justin Fields? Why would you have to move up to number 3 to go ahead and get a Justin Fields? Because let me tell you something. At number 4, I currently have the Falcons taking Justin Fields. So are they leapfrogging the Atlanta Falcons and GM Terry Fontenot to go ahead and get Justin Fields at number 3? Or are they not done yet? Because Justin Fields is not the ideal fit for that offense compared to what Zach Wilson brings to the table. Just my opinion. But hey, my Twitter, YouTube retweets, check out more times than not. Ja Amarana says, I think the Jets might take an offensive tackle. That could be the case too from the BeastWriter family. I said in my mock draft, I believe it was 1.0, that the Jets were going after Penei Sewell at number 2 out of Oregon. If they drop back to number 3, they could still take Penei Sewell out of Oregon. Again, if you look at the pro days and what's going on at the pro days, a lot of people don't look at Rashawn Slater as an offensive tackle anymore because of why? Because of his arm length. You need those 34, 35-inch arms. He doesn't have that. He has short arms. So by default, people are going to look at that and be like, you know what? He doesn't have an arm length to keep edge rushers at bay. We're going to have to kick him inside and slide him into guard. So now the demand for the offensive tackle goes up because, again, it wasn't that strong to begin with. I kept saying that. And now we have Penei Sewell. Obviously, he's going to go in the top 5. I currently have him mocked to the Cincinnati Bengals. The Jets might double down on those gains and go offensive tackle again for the second consecutive year after getting Mekhi Becton last year out of Louisville. However, I'd be quick to say that I think a wide receiver is a bigger need at this point, simply because if we're going to build around Sam Darnold, you need to give him some offensive weapons in front of him. And I know Penei Sewell is a logical answer, but if you're looking at the vertical board versus the horizontal board, a guy like Jamar Chase or Devontae Smith would be a higher, better need, where need meets best player available. Just my opinion, just thinking like a GM's perspective. All right. Thomas Young says Eagles trade with Miami. All right, let's go ahead and move on. Ja Amarana says from the BeastWriter family, it's possible they are comfortable with either Justin Fields or Zach Wilson or Trey Lance. All right, so Thomas Young says Miami's at 6 now. Okay, so they moved from 12, according to Thomas Young for the Beastwriter family. Thank you for letting me know. So they just moved from 12 with the 49ers. Now they moved to the 6th spot. Why? Why would they move from 12 to 6? I will tell you why. Again, go watch my earlier podcast on the Miami Dolphins. I cover all 32 NFL teams. I could do this off the top of my head. I don't know what's going on. I'm doing this live. If that's the case, like my man Thomas Young from the Beastwriter family says, thank you so much, Thomas. I appreciate the love. Saying that Miami at 6 is at 6 now. They moved from 12 with the 49ers now to number 6. What I just say just seconds ago in my live stream, I said the logical trading partners were what? The Carolina Panthers and who? The Detroit Lions at 7 and 8 because they need plethora of draft capital. Well, if they just struck a deal with the Philadelphia Eagles, what does that tell you? I'm going to break it down right now because the Eagles, what did they need? What are their needs? Again, if you're going to dissect and talk about all 32 other NFL teams, you better know what you're talking about. At the current draft selection, when they had the number 6 overall pick, they could have went after Kyle Pitts because Zach Ertz was trade bait. Well, now that they moved back from 6 to 12, they're hoping that Kyle Pitts is going to land and fall to them at number 12, which could very well be the play, with now San Francisco moving up and a few of these other moving parts that we're seeing today. Now, if the Miami Dolphins move back up from 12 to 6, who are they targeting? Go watch my earlier podcast on Micah Parsons. Kyle Van Noy, trade number 3 overall pick. Why? Why would they trade the number 3 overall pick? Because I said who? They would target Micah Parsons because they don't have a plethora of needs at the table. So could that be the play? Could they be targeting Micah Parsons, who had a strong Penn State Pro Day yesterday and played lights out and is by far is head and shoulders above any other linebacker in this draft class? Go look at my Kyle Van Noy podcast and you can see where I connected the dots. And now this is just checking off another YouTube receipt as everything coming into fruition. It's crazy. Beastwriter family is hot. Sanjo Sunny from the Beastwriter family. I don't know if it's Justin Fields because of the timing of this move makes me lean towards Wilson or Lance. Interesting. We got a lot of comments here. Wow. James Foster, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you, James Foster, from the Beastwriter family. Again, for those who are wondering what a super chat is, this is a super chat. So if you like the work, like the channel, like the Beastwriter movement we're striving to build here on YouTube and the social media platform, consider sending me a super chat. It's just a fun way for me to engage with you. All right, James Foster says, any chance they double down on Jimmy and get Chase at 3? Also, you think Saleh and Shannon are communicating on Jets pick? Yes. I just said this earlier in the live stream, man. Thank you so much. I said that the 49ers are not done yet. Let me get back to your first question. You said, any chance they double down on Jimmy and get Chase at 3? Yes, absolutely. Jimmy Garoppolo is gone. Let's talk about Jimmy Garoppolo. He's gone. I've been saying this since day one. I say you need a fresh start. Again, go watch my... I'm telling you guys, if you guys don't follow me on YouTube, you guys aren't going to know. But the Beastwriter family knows. Look, everybody here is on the Beastwriter family knows what's going on. Everybody here on the Beastwriter family knows what's going on. Everybody. It's here. But getting back to what I have to say, no, they're not done. Jimmy Garoppolo is going to be shipped off to the New England Patriots. They already struck a deal with one AFC East team in the Miami Dolphins. They're going to strike 2 more times. One with the Miami Dolphins, who they just did. The next one is going to be the New York Jets. They're going to move up from 3 to number 2 to get Zach Wilson. So GM Joe Douglas can be like, oh, man, we really like him, man. So if you want him, they're at the pro day together right now, as we speak. For those who don't know, GM Joe Douglas, offensive coordinator Mike LaFleur, along with Robert Saleh, are at BYU's pro day. And who's there? GM John Lynch. You don't think those discussions are going to be taking place after this pro day and be like, hey, how you doing, John? Hey, I'm doing good. How you doing, Robert? Oh, I'm doing great. Yeah. So what are your plans for, you think we can kind of work out a deal? We really like Zach Wilson. What are your thoughts about him? Oh, we love him. And we think we're going to take him. Oh, but don't you guys have Sam Darnold? Yeah, we do. But, we're going to leave no stone left unturned. We all heard that saying. Oh, really? Okay. Well, I think we can work something out because, as you know, Ian Rapsheet and my man Steve Weiss from NFL Network just reported that we just now own the number 3 overall pick. Did you hear about that? Oh yeah, I did. Congratulations. Thanks. So, would it be possible for us to possibly move up? Can we like have some dialogue to where we can possibly move up and work out a deal for that number 2 overall pick? Would you be open to that, Joe Douglas? Yeah. I need draft picks. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. What do you guys what do you guys want? Well, we just want the number 2 overall pick because we want Zach Wilson. Robert Saleh be like, hey man, I want Fred Warner, Joe Douglas. Hey, if we can get Fred Warner, let's do it. Because he's in the contracts now because he's not getting $20 million per year right now. He's in a contract year. Jim Douglas be like, what? Oh, that's right. Because what happened to my linebacker, inside linebacker? CJ Mosley, the highest paid inside linebacker in the game based on guaranteed money? Oh, he may not be back next year, huh? Oh, so we have a need at middle linebacker, huh? In your new scheme? Oh, that's right. And we don't have to go out and get draft capital because this is a depleted, weak middle linebacker class. Nick Bolton ain't the answer, I'll tell you that. What if we got Fred Warner? Oh, okay, so John Lynch, hey John, come here real fast. So we were talking about, just talking about with Joe Douglas, my GM, and yeah, we're willing to make a deal. We're willing to do that, but we don't want draft capital because we know you already, based on the analytics, we know you gave a bulk of it to the Miami Dolphins. So, would you be considered wiping hands clean of a player? Because I want Fred Warner. We need a middle linebacker. We need a quarterback of the defense. I need someone who's going to instill that all gas, no break mentality. Fred Warner could be my heart and soul of the D, just like he was with you. So how much do you love Zach Wilson? That's the question. How much do you love this guy? Because you can't give us draft capital because you don't have any left. You already mortgaged your future. You're stuck at 3. Now we hold leverage. You want Zach Wilson? We hold leverage now. The ball's in our court. I want Fred Warner. Getting back to your second question, I think Jimmy Garoppolo is going to get shipped back off to the New England Patriots. Been saying that since day one. And Jamar Chase at number 3, I don't think it's going to be a play. I don't think they're going to go after Jamar Chase at number 3, although I'm not saying it's not going to happen. The play was definitely for a quarterback. Hands down, it's for a quarterback. That's what I'm hearing. But thank you for your question. We have a lot of questions in here. This is crazy. All right. Aaron always says, I'll be down if they move Fred Warner. Stop putting it out there. You're probably the same person, and you're on Facebook. You're not part of the BeastWriter family on YouTube, but if you were on Facebook, that's fine. Get yourself a YouTube BeastWriter account and follow your boy, because there's a reason why Fred Warner Sr. is my biggest supporter and follows me, and the reason why I broke news on November 3rd that he was due a front-loaded deal, and people were saying, no, he's under contract. I said, no, hold that thought. And then Richard Sherman comes out and says, well, no, I'm not going to return because they need to pay for Warner. So here we go, round 2. We can go round 3, round 4, round 5. It's the reason why you're on this platform and not the other way around. Just saying. So let's keep it real. Thomas Els, why are you still talking about Mac Jones, bro? Moving on. Why am I talking about Mac Jones? Because we need to talk about Mac Jones. And again, you're on Facebook. You're not part of the BeastWriter family. So how would you know about connecting the dots and everything I had to say before this? I'm just saying, let's keep it real. You cannot criticize unless you know exactly what's going on, how everything's coming to fruition, and how I paint a picture of exactly what's going on in real time. To hindsight. Just saying. Dead on for the BeastWriter family. That makes sense. Why Warner isn't signed. Salah loves Warner. Again, this is why you guys follow me on the BeastWriter family. Again, if you're on Facebook, if you're on Twitter, you're doing yourself a disservice and you follow me, do yourself I'm telling you, because you'll be entered for our Family Friday giveaways. So who doesn't like free stuff? All you guys do. It's Family Fridays today. Obviously, every 2:30 p.m. on our live stream till the day I die, I'm going to do giveaways. So that's one benefit from go ahead and doing that. But the second one is so you know exactly what you're talking about, because a lot of people on Facebook are chiming in saying stuff that I already said weeks, months in advance. And the people on the BeastWriter family actually know what's going on because they've been staying up to date. I don't post anything on Facebook anymore. I don't post anything on Twitter anymore. It's all about freaking YouTube. It's the way to go. Just saying. All right. Detail from 227 for the BeastWriter family. They could have give 3 firsts to the Jets from the start. Christopher Ross from Facebook. Do you believe Schefter's tweet that the Niners are still keeping Jimmy? For now. And let me put it in perspective for you guys. If that was the case, that they're really interested in keeping Jimmy Garoppolo, if you're Jimmy Garoppolo, do you even want to stay in San Francisco? I mean, let's be real right now. If you're Jimmy Garoppolo and you just heard this news that the Niners trade up to the number 3 overall pick, it's not going to be for any other position outside of quarterback. We all know this. This is kind of common sense. With that being said, would you want to stay in San Francisco if you were Jimmy Garoppolo? That's like going to work today in the office and then someone sitting in your chair and you'll be like, whoa, wait, what happened to me? What happened to you? You're yesterday's news, Jimmy Garoppolo. I hate to say it, I think it's time for you to move on. I think the Niners are going to move you on to the New England Patriots. He's going to get moved on to the New England Patriots. And I've been saying that on my YouTube channel in the BEASTwriter family. I made sense of Jimmy Garoppolo's trade value. You guys wanted that analysis. I broke down brick by brick, got a lot of good feedback on it, made sense, did some outside the box thinking, just like I did with my Kyle Van Noy and why the Dolphins would be trading number 3 overall pick. And here we are today. Again, if you want to know anything that I had to say, just go to YouTube, type in BEASTwriter and whatever it is you want to search for. BEASTwriter, Jimmy Garoppolo, BEASTwriter trade, whatever. Also, if you subscribe to my channel, which in part of the BEASTwriter family, which a lot of you guys are, there is a playlist. I have 32 playlists of all 32 NFL teams. You can just go in and watch those playlists on the team that you want to know about, and you will see my stuff there. All right. Chris James says, we are keeping Warner. Well, Chris must know something I don't. And he must know something that me and his dad don't know. Interesting. I would like to know where you got that from. Please tell me. Please tell me. Because you're making it sound as fact. And it's not. It's not fact. So let me and Fred Warner Sr. know what's going on and what you're hearing. Because if that's the case, we ain't hearing it. All right. Gabriel Martinez from Facebook. A lot of people are chiming in from Facebook now. Cool. Get yourself a BEASTwriter family account and go ahead and do that, because if you don't do that, you won't be entered for a Family Friday giveaway. So again, if you're on Facebook right now, which a lot of you guys are, and again, Facebook is probably the number 1 social media platform that everybody is on. So if you have a Facebook, odds are you're going to have a YouTube. You got to have a YouTube. What do you guys go for your videos and footage and stuff? You go to YouTube. So just go to www.youtube/beastwriter.com and you'll be entered today. Legit today, if anyone who subscribes to my channel, along with everyone who already subscribed, obviously, will be entered to win this Family Friday giveaway, 2:30 p.m. on our live stream. This farewell season Candlestick Park commemorative collector's item flag that was given to me by the San Francisco 49ers themselves for being a season ticket holder on the opening day against the Green Bay Packers when Anquan Boldin had that career day. And when Joe Staley fought Clay Matthews, that was always fun to watch. So again, just go to youtube.com/BEASTwriter, open up a new web browser, follow your boy. If you're on Twitter, the link is in my bio. Just go ahead and click the link there and you can subscribe there. Good stuff that we have going on here. Anyways, getting back to business. All right, the Illuminati, the 49ers Dolphins, Kyle Shanahan trying to control his own fate. You trade up to number 3 for a quarterback who is NFL ready right now, not a project. And to me, that says Mac Jones, Chris Sims. So Chris Sims says that they're going to trade up from, he thinks it's going to be Mac Jones. If they're in the win now mode, Mac Jones is, yes, I would agree he's the most NFL pro ready. However, if you were to trade up for number 3 to guarantee that player, I would like them to have made a play for maybe the Carolina Panthers, like I just mentioned earlier, or a team like possibly even the Denver Broncos could be another play, or the Detroit Lions. Detroit Lions and Carolina Panthers, to me, are a hot spot for a trade. And that's because if the Detroit Lions were to stick there and Parsons went to the Detroit Lions, well, then if you're Brad Holmes, and based on my current draft position, before this trade had taken place, you were stuck between a rock and a hard place as to what you would do at your draft position should you likely want to trade out. However, with the 49ers moving up to the number 3 overall pick, that shakes up everything. That shakes up everything. So now you can have 3 quarterbacks coming off the board with the first 3 picks, potentially. Potentially. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but as it currently stands, you have to say that the 49ers are not moving in for Mac Jones, in my opinion, because if you were to make a play for Mac Jones, I would rather have talked to the Detroit Lions and talk to Brad Holmes over there because he needs draft capital. He obviously would welcome the same compensation or same type of compensation that the Miami Dolphins were offered. Maybe not so much because they're drafting at number 7. But with that being said, wouldn't you want to make a play, give up a little bit less compensation, and then take a guy like Mac Jones at number 7? Because when you look at what the board currently stands, you don't see the Philadelphia Eagles going quarterback because they have Jalen Hurts. You don't have the Cincinnati Bengals at 5 taking a quarterback because they already have Joe Burrow. So you guys got to figure out draft position here. It's all about draft position. So it could be Mac Jones. I'm not going to say I disagree with it. The logic behind that doesn't make sense to me. I think if you move up to number 3, odds are you're not done yet. You want to move up to number 2 and get Zach Wilson. And John Lynch is at his pro day as we speak right now. And so is GM Joe Douglas and Robert Saleh. So those discussions could be taking place as we speak. Saying, hey, I want to move up for this guy. Oh, yeah, well, I want Fred Warner. Or not Fred Warner. I want this. I want something that you guys can give me other than just draft capital because you guys don't have much of that anymore. Jonathan K28 from the BEASTwriter family says, Schefter saying the 49ers are very comfortable about any of the 3 quarterbacks who will go 1, 2, or 3. I'm sure he heard that from John Lynch. Anthony Barnes from Facebook. Fred is the franchise quarterback on D, not leaving. He's not leaving. Is that a fact? Again, tell me something that I don't know that's not fact. This is an opinion, but you're calling it as fact. Detail 227 from the BEASTwriter family. They are staying at 3 because they are comfortable with the options left at number 3. Cool. Kevin Babonis from Facebook says dumb. That's some strong analysis there. One word, dumb. Thomas Ellis also says exactly. So dumb exactly. All right. Robert, my man Robert from Facebook says, if they give up yet another beast of a linebacker, I will drive to Cali and beat up our GM today. Obviously, Robert's joking. Chris Sabato Sevilla says, we have a lot of stuff coming in. Wow. It's coming in hot. For Ultimate Report, thank you so much for the super sticker and the super chat. Again, if you guys like the work, like the channel, like the BEASTwriter movement we're striving to build here, consider sending me a super chat. This is a super chat. It's highlighted. It's color-coded. Thank you so much. He says, what a breaking news story. Yes, Forrest Ultimate Report. And again, follow my man, Forrest Ultimate Report. He's also on YouTube. Everyone's going to YouTube. If you're not on YouTube, get on YouTube. What do you guys go on how to do something? How to do this? Go to YouTube. What do you guys go for your analysis on breaking news? Probably Twitter. What do you go for the actual in-depth analysis and the face-to-face live engagement? YouTube. Where do you go for finding highlights on players? YouTube. YouTube's the way to go. Get yourself a YouTube and you'll be entered for this Family Friday giveaway today. I'm telling you, you guys can do that right now as we speak. Go ahead and subscribe to your boy and you'll be entered to win this at 2:30 p.m. on our live stream for Family Fridays, as I do every freaking Friday. I like saying that. Every Friday on our live stream, and you'll be entered for that giveaway. And be sure to turn on and flip on the bell notifications. All right. We have a lot of questions. My gosh. All right. So we have EJ Land from the BEASTwriter family says, so wait, Dolphins trade out of 3 to 12 and then trade back up to number 6. Yes. Apparently that's what's going on. I don't know. I'm watching this live stream as we speak, and I'm doing this as we speak, so I don't know what's going on. But if that's the case, yes, that's what Thomas Young from the BEASTwriter family said. Niners said draft quarterback, trade Jimmy G to New England, only saying that Jimmy is a starter, so New England doesn't expect a release. Mel, our second winner from the BEASTwriter family giveaway. See, I'm not joking. Me and Mel had a conversation. I'm pretty sure Ryan knows what he's talking about. I'm a few minutes behind. Sorry, y'all. Yeah, Mel, people who are on Facebook and chiming in, they really don't know. It's okay. I don't expect them to know, but it's when they say stuff and try to, it's whatever. It's not whatever, but it's kind of like, okay, anybody who's part of the BEASTwriter family, you guys know, Twitter receipts, check out, YouTube receipts, check out. PJ Perkett from the BEASTwriter family. Yeah, either really crazy or super genius. Exactly. Isaac V from the BEASTwriter family on YouTube. Now they need to stay competitive for the next 3 years to ensure those picks are not as bad as of a loss. First time in the draft has been this exciting, scary in a while. Get your quarterback, Shannon. Yeah, it's going to be nuts. Ben Meyerson from the BEASTwriter family says, give us Zach Wilson. This is it. Ben, I am all with you on this. I think if you move up to number 3, you have to do what it takes to move up to number 2 and get Zach Wilson. Look, if you're going to go all in on the quarterback, don't settle for second best. Settle for the one that fits your system the best. That rhymed. Don't settle for second best. Settle for the one that you think fits your system the best. Yeah, do that. Get the best. Why would you want second best? Go get Zach Wilson. Move up from 3 or 2. Go strike a deal with GM Joe Douglas with the New York Jets and be like, look, whatever we got to do to get it done, let's get it done, because we're in a win now mode. We need a quarterback. We know that Jimmy Garoppolo is not the answer. Hey, do you guys want Jimmy Garoppolo? Maybe we can do a swap there. Maybe we can include Jimmy Garoppolo and still keep Fred Warner. You never know. You never know what's going to happen. Jimmy Garoppolo is on the trading block, though. Let me tell you something. In my opinion, he's going to be on the trading block because there's no way he can succeed now. There's just no way. The writing's on the wall. He already has 1 foot out the door. He's being pushed out the door, I should say, by the San Francisco 49ers organization. They don't want him back. And I don't care what John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan say. Oh, yeah, we believe Jimmy. He's our quarterback. Well, your actions speak louder than words. And that's not telling Jimmy Garoppolo that you're in a favorable position to even make those statements. Because you're not. You don't want Jimmy Garoppolo as your quarterback. That's the truth. Just call it what it is. I'll do it. Level 2 noob from the BEASTwriter family. The Niners gave up 2 additional first-round picks for Fields, Lance, or Wilson. So they gave up a lot of draft capital. Again, we have fans from all 32 fan bases, not just the San Francisco 49ers. Everyone's chiming in here. And everyone's, yeah, it's crazy because they gave up a lot of draft capital. Rep the bait from the BEASTwriter family. They can afford to extend Warner, especially if Jimmy is getting traded or cut. He will be back. That's a lot of ifs. That's a lot of ifs and unknowns. John Mango from BEASTwriter family. If Jets are willing to trade to number 2, then they aren't taking Zach Wilson. Why would the 49ers trade Fred Warner to move up if they can already get Wilson at 3? Well, good question. But I have them selecting Zach Wilson at number 2. And again, it's all about driving smoke. Again, you have to think like the GM. And if you're GM Joe Douglas, or if I'm GM Joe Douglas, I'm driving the smoke all the way through the roof. I'm not going to show my cards. It's like a game of poker. You hold them and then you fold them. But you can always bluff. Right? You want to raise me? I'll re-raise you. You want to push more? I'm all in. I'm going to put you at a decision. Not the other way around. You be the aggressor. The ball's in your court. You hold draft position. You hold more chips at the table than this guy who's short stacked. You bully him. Same exact scenario when it comes to draft scenario and smoke screens. You got to know when to hold them and then know when to fold them. And I tell you what, when it comes to draft position at number 2, Joe Douglas, if I'm Joe Douglas, I'm driving up the smoke all the way through the roof. Whether I want Zach Wilson or not, because I have Sam Darnold, I'm not going to tell anyone whether or not I'm comfortable taking Zach Wilson at 2 or not. I'm going to say, heck yeah, I want Zach Wilson at 2. Because odds are, if you don't want him, someone else will, like the 49ers. And if they take Zach Wilson, because I think that that's the play, because why would they have Mike LaFleur there? Why would they have Robert Saleh there? Why would they have freaking Joe Douglas there? The whole contingent's there watching one player. Let's not be mistaken. They're not there to watch anyone else but Zach Wilson. So don't be surprised that the 49ers have to move up again to get Zach Wilson's services and secure him. Because I wouldn't be surprised if the Jets took him. Because remember, Joe Douglas wasn't the one that picked Sam Darnold. If I'm not mistaken. I think it was Mike McCagnon. If I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong. Paul Bernardo from the BEASTwriter family. If what you says is true, why didn't the Niners make the trade with the Jets instead of Miami? What do you mean? Why didn't make the Jets with... if you say what is it, why didn't the Niners make the trade with the Jets instead of Miami? Well, if you looked at my podcast, I said the Miami Dolphins or the Jets. That's why. And go ahead and check my YouTube and Twitter receipts on that. Everything is timestamped so you can see what I had to say. That's actually in one podcast, and I break it down in a 25-minute format for you as to why I broke down those two teams. Thank you for tuning in. Mello from the BEASTwriter family. Bro, I'm still not getting the notifications. I'm 20 minutes behind. Can't wait to hear good news for the Niners. Dude, all you guys are saying that you're switching on the bell notifications, but still not getting notified when I go live or when I upload content. You need to reach out, just like some other people yesterday. They reached out to YouTube specifically. They have a customer support system. You can reach out to them and let them know, hey, I'm not getting my BEASTwriter family fuel. I'm not getting notified. And they'll send you a support ticket and they will be able to help you out. What happens is all of us are on different devices, like you use different tablets, maybe cell phones, laptops, computers, whatever the case may be. So make sure that all your devices are synced together, whether it be through a cloud or whatever, and make sure that everything's flipped on so you guys get notified. So the best bet for you, because this is not the first time I'm seeing this, and it won't be the last, obviously, reach out to YouTube, let them know, hey, you guys are messing up on the BEASTwriter family channel. It's hurting his numbers because I can't hear what he had to say in real time because I'm not getting notifications and have the bell notifications turned on. Jonathan K28 from the BEASTwriter family. NFL Network basically saying that picks 1 and 3 are set: Lawrence, Wilson, and Fields. Okay, so he says the Niners are going to take Justin Fields out. I would not be happy with that. Now, that's not saying I don't like Justin Fields, because I do like Justin Fields. I'm not saying I don't like Justin Fields. Don't get it twisted. I like Justin Fields. But if you move up from 12 to 3, give up all that draft capital for Justin Fields, you better bet your top dollar that he's going to be a franchise quarterback, top 5 quarterback in the NFL. Can any of you Niner fans firmly believe that Justin Fields is a better fit than Zach Wilson? Please tell me. If you believe Justin Fields is a better fit than Zach Wilson for that offense, let me know. I don't think the Niners are done yet. That's all I got to say about that. All right. Maho from the BEASTwriter family says, long snapper at number 3. Ha, ha, ha. Michael Miller, Carolina and New England will both want Jimmy G now. Yeah, absolutely. Michael Miller from the BEASTwriter family. Matt Nguyen from the BEASTwriter says, no, we're not moving up to number 2. Well, he must know something I don't. He probably was also the same person that said that the Miami Dolphins wouldn't trade out number 3. Kevin Jeter from the BEASTwriter family. What will Niners do at the other boundary corner position? Draft, sign, or trade? I think they're set, Kevin. I think they are set at the boundary cornerback position. They just signed Jason Verrett to that 1-year, $5.5 million contract. They then doubled down on those gains. On the flip side of that, signing Emmanuel Mosley to a 2-year, $10.2 million contract. If they wanted to keep Ahkello Witherspoon, they could have done that. But he went on to the Seattle Seahawks, signing a 1-year, $4 million contract. They then used that savings to sign Samson Ebukam to a 2-year, $12 million contract. I thought the better play, which is why I'm transitioning into people wanting my my free agency grade on the 49ers. I give them a solid B. I like the moves that were made, keeping the in-house free agents. I thought they did a very good job at that. I did think that they kind of overpaid for Kyle Juszczyk and definitely overpaid for Trent Williams. However, anytime you get a premium left tackle who's a Hall of Fame caliber player, that's the asking price. Obviously, someone else is going to pay him. So I get the move. What I don't like is I do like the Samson Ebukam move by getting him from the LA Rams on a 2-year, $12 million contract. However, I thought the money would be better served if they went after a guy like Ahkello Witherspoon, extended him on a 1-year, $4 million contract, giving you an insurance policy in case Jason Verrett leaves next year and Ahkello Witherspoon can slide back in, hoping to revive his career under D'Amico Ryans' new system. And the difference of savings from that, you can then roll over into signing wide receiver Emmanuel Sanders, who signed a 1-year, $6 million contract with the Buffalo Bills. And now you're still saving $1 million in cap savings because the total from those two moves, killing 2 birds with 1 stone, comes out to $11 million. Chrissy1687 from the BEASTwriter family says, no, keep Fred, please. Yes. Everybody knows how I feel about Fred Warner. Fred Warner Sr. knows how I feel about Fred Warner. Fred Warner knows how I feel about Fred Warner. I want Fred Warner to stay in San Francisco. But why has he not been given a contract extension going into a contract year? It's the same situation with DeForest Buckner. History repeats itself. VMC from the BEASTwriter family says 49ers are getting Lance if Jets take Wilson. Okay. So you think they're going to go after Trey Lance, a project, at number 3 when you could have got that guy at number 10 or 12? Interesting to point that out, because at the end of the day, do I think the Carolina Panthers sitting there at number 8 are really sold on Trey Lance? I'm not so sure. If you're GM Scott Fitter, are you going to go ahead and your first move as the team's GM holding a top 10 pick, roll over and select a quarterback who is raw and unproven, playing in a lesser conference where you have to project the quarterback position, which is the hardest to do when projecting NFL players? I'm not so sure that's GM Scott Fitter's MO coming from the Seattle Seahawks. Rob Marcus, he says, not happening. I don't know what he's talking about. Matt Newman, we ain't giving up Warner. No way. LMAO. You're probably also the same guy that said he wasn't going to be extended because they didn't need to because he was in a contract year. LMAO. So let's keep it 100. Simon Charles from Facebook. My only concern is that every time you have a bunch of highly rated quarterbacks at the top of the draft, most end up being duds. So who's the real deal? Exactly what I just said from Facebook. Again, get yourself a YouTube account and subscribe to your boy, because again, you'll be entered for these Family Friday giveaways, 2:30 p.m. on our live stream. And again, if you're watching on Twitter, Facebook, or YouTube, if you're on YouTube, the subscribe button is in the lower right-hand corner of your screen, as you see here. If you're on Twitter, just click the link in my bio. It's up there. If you're on Facebook, just go to www.com/BEASTwriter and you can subscribe there. And you'll be entered for this Family Friday giveaway that we're giving out in just 3 hours. I'm telling you guys, fun stuff. But yeah, you make a really good point here. You make a really solid point here. And the way I see it is, there's no guarantees in life. But when it comes to the quarterback position, there are things that you look for as far as the critical factors. Can he throw off platform? Is he calm, cool, collected inside the pocket? How does he come back? What's his genetic makeup and mental makeup up top from the shoulders up after throwing a pick 6 or INT? Does he bounce back, or does he let that hamper him for the remainder of the game? Is he a leader? Does he have those traits? Does he have a nice command of the huddle? Does he stand tall in the pocket when under duress? Can he extend plays with his feet? And can he make all the throws when throwing off platform or on platform? And does he throw with accuracy, throwing on the proper shoulder to the receiver and in stride? These are things that you look for the quarterback position. Obviously, you have to project some of these numbers and measurables at the NFL level. But again, it's the hardest position to evaluate. I'm not going to lie. It's very tough. But hey, we don't get paid $1 million a year to go ahead and do that. The GMs do. It's not our job. Antonio Rosales from Facebook says, 49ers need to take advantage of this. Yes, they do. Absolutely. All right. Isaac Fee from the BEASTwriter family. They would give up Bosa before Fred. Ooh. Everybody okay, let me ask you a question. How many of you guys are willing to give up Nick Bosa to move up to number 2? Because I'll do a podcast on this, and I'll tell you why that's a bad move. But if you guys believe that it's smart to move up from number 3 to number 2 to get an edge rusher like Nick Bosa, well, guarantee your guy Zach Wilson in return. Would you make that deal? Chris Escobar from YouTube BEASTwriter family says Trey Lance and Fields are busts. I wouldn't disagree with you here. Again, we're projecting now. But again, Trey Lance is raw. Justin Fields, I would say I like your line of thinking. So if Justin Fields is the pick, again, I'm not happy with that. I want them to go and get who? Zach Wilson. And you have to move up from 3 to 2 in order to do it. Emilio Garcia from YouTube BEASTwriter family says no on Warner. Robert says, I don't see Warner going anywhere. Just saying. Okay, that's cool. Raymond Caudillo says, let's talk reality. Okay, let's talk reality. Go check my YouTube receipts. That's reality. Victory Street Ministry. This trade is incredibly lopsided. Yes, Victory Street Ministry knows his stuff. Not an Iron fan. Yes, I would agree with you 110%. A lot of people in the BEASTwriter family, again, we cover all 32 fan bases here, all good vibes only in here, and it is lopsided. But hey, John Lynch is on the hot seat, bro. I've been saying that since what, 3 weeks ago? No, about a month ago, where I put that out that he's on the hot seat, and I broke it down brick by brick as to why. If you want to challenge me on that, go watch that podcast. I break it down brick by brick, just not on his moves, but the other 31 other NFL GMs and what they're doing. So be careful when you try to challenge me on that one. So I'll break it down with facts. Dad Pulliam from BEASTwriter family, they probably got word from Solid that they aren't taking Wilson, and Lynch is at Wilson's pro day. It seems pretty obvious why they went to number 3. Ooh, that could be a play. Good. Maybe Sala and GM Joe Douglas told Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch, hey, we're not going to go after Zach Wilson. So yeah, you can go ahead and make that deal. Interesting. I don't think any GM, I think that'd be a dumb move, number one, because then you're losing leverage in draft position. And if you're a GM, I don't care what kind of rapport you have with whoever it is. If they're not on your team, they're against you. It's like the Bill Belichick MO, man. If you're not with us, you're against us. So even though we were boys when you were with us, hey, you're now coaching the Miami Dolphins, Brian Flores. So we ain't boys. Nick Casario, you're not my boy anymore. You're now the Houston Texans GM. So we're not boys anymore. We can work out deals, but I'm not going to tell you exactly what I'm doing, because if you want my pick, you're going to have to pony up for it. I'm not sure that took place. I'm not saying it didn't take place. Interesting perspective, because, that could play a role. I'm not saying it can't play a role, but if I'm GM Joe Douglas, I don't think that's his MO coming from the Baltimore Ravens. Ozzie Newsome and Eric DeCosta don't like to show their hands, and I'm pretty sure he learned that from them. Could be wrong. Interesting take. I like it, though. PJ Burkett from the BEASTwriter family. So why they didn't just do the same trade they just did with the Dolphins for the second pick? I don't know. Good question. All right, let's go ahead and Viking Drone from the BEASTwriter family says, put a hat on, bro. You want me to put a hat on, bro? I could put a hat on, bro. Which one do you want me to put on? There's tons of them back here. You let me know. No way we give up Fred Warner, stand pat at 3, and take Wilson or Fields. Corp from the BEASTwriter family says, it's not Wilson. It's Justin Fields. Okay. Butters49 from the BEASTwriter family. I'd say the Jets stay at 2 and are not going to pick up Zach Wilson, and the Niners know it. Interesting. Okay. Dead on to I would put Jimmy at quarterback. Okay, let's back up to this one, though, because I'm going to make you guys think. If that's the case and they're not going to go quarterback Zach Wilson at number 2, who do they go after, and what other team needs? I know off the top of my head what their needs are. There's a lot. I'll tell you that. And moving back from number 2 to number 3, while still getting their guy, are they going to go after a guy like Penei Sewell? I don't think so, because they already have who? Mekhi Becton on the blindside left tackle position, who they drafted in the first round out of Louisville. With that being said, they do need a wide receiver. And if they go wide receiver, it's going to be Jamar Chase or Devontae Smith. Those are my 2 likely scenarios that will play out at number 2. So again, if they're not going to take a quarterback like Zach Wilson, he falls to the 49ers at number 3. That's just a great move by John Lynch, and moving up without giving up his foundational core players and still landing the quarterback that he always wanted. Interesting take. I like it. Good analysis, Butters49 from the BEASTwriter family. Dadon says from the BEASTwriter family, I would put Jimmy at quarterback 1 for the Pats and can take as backup simply because Cam doesn't know Pat's scheme like that. And Cam isn't in his prime. He didn't do so well last year. Very true. John Shoup from the BEASTwriter family, keeping him 100. He says, I already don't like this move. 3 firsts is rough. Only to be hoping that your guy gets past the first 2 picks. Right? You're You're mortgaging your future, John Lynch. Do you want to do that? Data for the BEASTwriter family. So if Jimmy gets injured, they can have him. They can have Cam. Joe Padilla, do you think they'll use the number 3 pick to get Watson so Houston to get a quarterback? I think Deshaun Watson's all but gone, man. Look, the Niners moved up to number 3 to get a quarterback in the draft, not to get Deshaun Watson. They're not thinking like, hey, let's move up to go ahead and move up in the draft so we can then leverage that trade in order to get Deshaun Watson in return and strike a deal with Jim Nick Caserio. No. Deshaun Watson right now is on the back burner for all NFL teams with going on with him. So I hate to say it, but Deshaun Watson is not in the best position to be, one, being traded because of what's going on. But two, the draft is right around the corner. Everyone's just moving on, turning the page. Is it now? Can you guys hear me now? Are we good? Can you guys hear me now? Is it working now? No? Shit. Shoot. All right, how is it? Is it good? All right, you guys can hear me now? Okay, good. See, this is what's wrong, dude. Like my audio equipment just craps out like that. It annoys the crap out of me because I'm in the rhythm. Everyone's saying no sound. Hopefully, how long has it been off with no sound? How long was I talking to myself? Was it like 2 minutes? Gosh, dang it, dude. Anytime that happens, just send me a super chat so I can look at it. I get literally like thousands of comments right now. Thank you so much. Yeah, let's just get back on track. Yeah, I guess we had no sound. Okay, so anyways, let's get back to it. Aaron Godfrey, I just don't think the Foreigners move up to number 2. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you for your generosity. We are back on track. I just don't think Foreigners move up to number 2 to get Wilson. They have to know Jets move. I still think Jets are shopping number 2. Foreigners moving up gives them leverage. Very true. Very true. All right. All right. So I'm reading the comments. Everyone's like, there's no audio. All right, we're good now, right? We are good. Are we good now? Okay, good. You guys can hear me. Yes. Okay, good. We are good. We're good? We're good. All right. All right. Thank you so much. Let's keep this going. Thank you so much, Patrick, for your generosity from the BEASTwriter family. Again, anybody who sends me a super chat, you guys will be entered for our Family Friday giveaways. And you don't have to send me a super chat. You're already entered anyways. But just in case you haven't subscribed to our channel and joined the BEASTwriter family, go ahead and do that in the lower right-hand corner of your screen as you stay up to date on all things Beast in real time. So if you're on Facebook, if you're on Twitter, just go to youtube.com/BEASTwriter and subscribe to your boy. So you'll be entered for this giveaway today. Today's Family Fridays. We're going to be giving away this nice Candlestick Park, Farewell to Candlestick Park flag. All right. Let's go ahead and talk about some stuff. All right. Steve Powers from NFL Network is suggesting that we trade up to get Trey Lance while we keep Jimmy G this year to mentor Trey. Interesting. Interesting take. That's an interesting take. Again, thank you so much, everyone, for your generosity. I just want to make sure that the sound, I'm getting back to your questions here. Gosh, there's a lot of questions. Thank you so much, Jason Ellsworth from the BEASTwriter family. I appreciate the love and support. Yeah, my sound was out again. Thank you for sending me that super chat. I legit looked at it based on the super chat. Again, the BEASTwriter family holds us together here, and this will allow us to get better equipment. These super chats, everything's going to be funneled back into the BEASTwriter family. So again, thank you so much. I apologize. This is not the way we do things here, but I don't know why. I have no idea why it's happening. There's something wrong with the audio. I got to look into that, but let's get back to your questions. All right. So again, can anyone tell me exactly what's going on, or should I just look it up as it pertains to some of these trades that were made? If you guys are just tuning in, the 49ers have moved up to the number 3 overall pick with the Miami Dolphins. The Dolphins get the 49ers 12th overall pick, a 3rd round pick, and multiple 1st round picks. The Dolphins then sitting at 12. From what I've been told, I haven't looked at it yet, but I'm trusting Thomas Young, part of the BEASTwriter family. He tells me that the Eagles have struck a trade with the Miami Dolphins, moving back to number 12, and now the Dolphins moved back up to number 6 for that 1st round pick. If that's the case, interesting to point out, I'm going to have to do a lot of redrafting. My mock draft is now screwed up, so I got to really key in on this. I have a lot of work to do. You guys love my mock drafts because, you know, it's pretty much on point, but it's a hassle. It's a lot of work. Chris Chase from Facebook. Why wouldn't the Jets take anything from the Niners if they know the Niners are taking Wilson? Because maybe it's to drive interest. Again, you got to think like the GM. Good question. Again, it comes down to smoke screens, right? If you ever play Texas Hold'em, do you show your cards before the flop? No. Sanjo Sunny from the BEASTwriter family. Yeah, I think the Niners would have made the move to 2 already if Jets were selling, or maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they were waiting for all quarterback pro days, but then why would Niners wait unless they know someone? Antonio Rosales, thank you so much, Sanjo Sunny, my man. And then we have Antonio Rosales from the BEASTwriter family. 49ers big moves is obviously no more Jimmy G in our future. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. All right, so can you guys hear me now? Is everything working? Don Marcos from the BEASTwriter family says sound out. So is my sound out or is it good? Can someone give me a thumbs up and tell me if the audio is good or is it out? Because I don't know. I don't know what's going on here. Yep, as in we're good. We're good. All right, I think we're good. Okay, thank you so much. We're good. Thank you. I appreciate that. I don't know. I get weirded out because like some people are like, it's out. I'm like, what? Okay. All right, so let's go ahead. Gavin Upright, did you look into the phone in, bro? Oh, I did. I'm going to do that. I'm going to start doing phone in call-ins for you guys. That's going to be hot. We have some interesting stuff and fun things coming out, so it's going to be legit. All right. Sanjo Sunny from the BEASTwriter family says, yes, Eagles and Miami traded. Interesting. Jason Ellsworth, my man for the BEASTwriter family. Thank you so much for your generosity, Jason. I appreciate the love and support. Thank you for your super chat. The Dolphins moved up to 6 with Eagles. Ooh. That's interesting how I love draft. I love the draft. Draft is the best part of any NFL season. I'm serious. Because if you know the draft, then you can kind of better gauge how your team is doing in comparison to the other teams around the league. It also gives you a better foundational core when it comes to like playing fantasy football. A lot of you guys play fantasy football. If you don't play fantasy football, just do it for fun. You'll gain a lot of knowledge on a lot of different players if you play fantasy football. I encourage you, if you're a female or male, it doesn't matter. If you want to learn the NFL game, definitely fantasy football is definitely a good way to go about it, because it's going to force you to learn about all 32 NFL teams, not just the team that you're rooting for, which is good and bad, because if you're like the 49er fan and they're playing like the Carolina Panthers, but you have let's say you have, I don't know, let's say you had at the time a wide receiver. Let's say the Carolina Panthers drafted Kyle Pitts, and Kyle Pitts plays for the Carolina Panthers. But then you also have, let's say, a guy like Zach Wilson as your quarterback. Well, if you're facing each other, you want Kyle Pitts to do well, but then you also want Zach Wilson to do well. But at the same time, you still want the 49ers to win, but you still want Kyle Pitts to do extremely well. So if he has like 3 touchdowns, odds are you may not be winning that game, comparison to what, obviously other elements of the game. But it's funny because you're kind of fighting with yourself when you play fantasy football. I don't know if you guys have that problem, but I do when I play fantasy football. I'm watching the game. I'm like, oh yeah, he scored a touchdown, but don't do this. But oh no, just don't get 25. Oh no, oh man. But then at least we won the game. At least we won the game, but I lost in fantasy because of that. We all struggle through that. Sanjo Sunny from the BEASTwriter Fantasy. Yes, Eagles and Miami traded. All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate the love. Thank you, Jerry Ying, for hitting me up on my phone call and letting me know. Also, I appreciate that love. Joe Mamba 24 from the BEASTwriter Family says, we could take Justin Fields with our first pick, trade Jimmy G to the Patriots for Cam and their 15 pick, and get either Mondale Moore or Trayvon Moehrig, and we can get Kyle Trask if we really want to. I like trading Jimmy Garoppolo to the Patriots. I like it. I said it on day one. Again, if you have yet to see that podcast, go ahead and take a look into that. Interesting to point that out because, again, Jimmy Garoppolo is not he has both feet out the door now. Before it's just one foot out the door. Now it's both feet out the door. Honestly, put yourself in Jimmy Garoppolo's shoes for a second. I explained this in an earlier podcast. It's like this. It's like being married to someone and the in-laws don't like you. And I said this earlier. It's like being married to somebody and the in-laws don't like you, and around the holidays, you have to play it fake. So around Thanksgiving and Christmas time, you're like, gosh, dang, we have to go to your parents' house, man. They don't even like me. But then you have to play it cool. So as soon as you walk in that door, you're like, oh, how you doing? Oh, I'm good. In the back of your mind, then, yeah, you're playing fake. You really don't want me here. You're telling my wife to leave me, and I don't like that. Same exact scenario when it comes to Jimmy Garoppolo. What's going to happen when he goes into training camp? John Lynch is standing there. Kyle Lynch is sitting there. He walks in with his backpack, 49 backpack, walks in. How you doing, Jimmy? Doing great. How you doing? Good. You ready for the upcoming season? Yeah. It's the same thing. How can any player be successful under those circumstances? It's like walking on eggshells. You tell me. True story. I'm not joking. You guys tell me what's going on, and I just don't see it. I still don't see it. 49ers Ultimate still want to be a guest on the show. Yes, 49ers Ultimate Report, you will be on the show. Definitely coming through. All right. Wow, we have a lot of comments. This is like probably the hottest live stream that I've been on ever. I think this is the best live stream ever. Wow, we have a lot of stuff going on, and we're talking about a lot of things. All right, let's get to your questions. Thank you so much for the generosity and the super chat. I appreciate it, bro. Key Jones 25, thank you so much for your generosity and sending me the super chat. I appreciate the love, support. Power move, trade Warner for the second pick and take Wilson, and with a third pick, take Parsons. Ooh, I like it. Exactly what I pointed out in my podcast, Key Jones 25. Exactly. And you're spot on, part of the BEASTwriter family. Thank you so much again for your generosity. And I love this play. I don't love trading Warner. Obviously, you guys know how I feel about Warner. I wouldn't trade Warner. You keep Fred Warner. But if they were going to do it, again, I'm not GM John Lynch. And if I'm John Lynch, I'm not trading any of my foundational core players, whether it be George Kittle, Nick Bosa, or Fred Warner. But I'm not John Lynch. And he could very well be trading Fred Warner. So if that was to take place, I pointed this out in my earlier podcast that, yeah, this very scenario could play out where they trade Warner. Again, I talked about this on my live stream, moving from 3 to 2 to get Zach Wilson. And then the Dolphins, who not the Dolphins, the Jets, who are sitting at number 3, take Parsons. It could happen. It could happen. Urla1611 for the BEASTwriter family. Thank you so much, Key Johns. I appreciate the love and support and your generosity, my man. Pitts to 2 Dolphins. Yeah, definitely. Pitts Dolphins for sure. I can see that happening. That would be a nice play. However, I would question that move simply because the team already has tight end Mike Gesicki, who they absolutely love. They absolutely love Mike Gesicki. Joe Mamba 24. The Dolphins gave us so many options with that one pick. It was a win-win for everyone. Now, if we can just get Deshaun Watson, we'd be okay. Antonio Rosales from the BEASTwriter family. Lawrence Wilson, Lance, Mac Jones, Fields, all drafted 1 through 5. Watch. All right, who better out of Trey Lance? Zach Wilson. Oh, who is better out of Trey Lance? Zach Wilson for sure. Zach Wilson is way better than Trey Lance. All right, let's go ahead and see what else we got here. And again, shoot me over any questions you guys have. I'll be more than happy to answer them. We are keeping this going live. We're at an hour and 15 minutes, which is not bad. Usually I do about 2, sometimes even 3 hours. All right, Antonio Rosales says, Bengals not taking quarterback. Yeah, they're not taking quarterback. Mike Kenny from the BEASTwriter family. Can San Francisco still trade Jimmy G to the New England Patriots? Yes, absolutely. Thank you for your question. And absolutely that can happen. I believe that Jimmy Garoppolo is now going to be traded to the New England Patriots before or during the draft. I'm calling it right now. Jimmy Garoppolo is not going to be on the San Francisco 49ers as a day 1 starter. I think anytime you bring in a guy like Zach Wilson, it's just whoever that quarterback is, Zach Wilson, Justin Fields, I don't care. Whoever that quarterback is, you know that guy's the future and you're not. So how can you have any success knowing in the back of your mind that this guy's going to take your spot at any given play? 1 interception, you're done. All right, call in the backup. Let's go. 49ers fans cheering. Jimmy Garoppolo on the sideline with this. 2 years removed from going to the Super Bowl. I'm telling you right now, Jimmy Garoppolo is not the answer in San Francisco anymore. The 49ers are making it clear, moving up from 12 to number 3. He's going to be traded back to the New England Patriots. You watch. You watch. That's just what I think. Robert Watson from the BEASTwriter family. Thank you so much for the love, man. Our first winner of the BEASTwriter family giveaway. And thank you for your generosity as always, bro. I really appreciate it. Like we've been saying, Beast, Zach is ours now. Peace and love to the Beast fam. Yes. Zach Wilson is the perfect, ideal fit for Shanahan's scheme. I broke down my reasons as to why. Look, if you go back to the early 90s, luckily I had season tickets to the Niners. I was watching the Niners ever since I was a kid. A lot of you guys are in the same boat as me. All right. Watching it on TV, no matter where you are, or even at the games, whatever. You guys are watching the games. Back in the early 90s, you will notice one thing when Mike Shanahan, Kyle Shanahan's dad, was the offensive coordinator of the San Francisco 49ers. What did he like to do? Who did he have at his disposal? What was the personnel groupings? Well, let me tell you, he had William Floyd, Ricky Watters in the backfield, so that's a running back and a fullback. He also had wide receivers. He had Jerry Rice and John Taylor. He also had tight end Brent Jones and a strong offensive line. What did he like to do with Steve Young at quarterback? He ran naked bootlegs off play action pass. Naked bootlegs is only used when you have a mobile quarterback who can go ahead and throw off platform and on the run while evading pressure, backside pressure, knowing that the offensive tackle is going to let that defender leak outside. Zach Wilson can run naked bootlegs, and that will help open up Kyle Shanahan's playbook. You can't do that with Jimmy Garoppolo. He's not mobile enough. Go look in the past in order to predict the future. I always say that. Let's peel back layers of the onion to get to the core. I say that too. All right. Dario Davis, what quarterback should we draft? Well, I just said Zach Wilson is my guy. All right. High Life 970 from the BEASTwriter family. Detroit Lions fan. chiming in. He says, "Do you think the Lions? Who do you think the Lions are getting?" Well, interesting. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. Again, I have the Jacksonville Jaguars go ahead and taking Trevor Lawrence at 1. I have the New York Jets taking Zach Wilson at 2. At number 3, I'm just going to plug in and say, as current draft position currently stands, I have the 49ers taking Justin Fields at 3. At number 4, the Atlanta Falcons are definitely going to take a quarterback. I don't know if they're going to reach for Trey Lance. I have no idea. But obviously, they're going to need a quarterback at 5. So definitely the top 4 picks can definitely be all quarterbacks. The top 4 picks could all be quarterbacks. And people who are saying that the Jets are not going to take a quarterback at 2, when they have the whole contingent there watching Zach Wilson's BYU Pro Day, not so fast. Not so fast for me. Not so fast for me. But yeah, we just have to see how that one plays out. But again, a lot of moving parts here. Eric Tironis from the BEASTwriter family, thank you so much for your generosity, bro. I really appreciate it. And welcome to the BEASTwriter family, where social media engagement is encouraged. Your question, what do you think about the Niners getting Lance or Jacobs in the 3rd? Are you talking about Trey Lance in the 3rd? Trading Jimmy for 3rd or 4th to Patriots, saving cap and signing Fred for a new contract. Yes. And the second part of your question, I do believe that Jimmy Garoppolo is going to get traded back to the New England Patriots. I actually did a podcast on that weeks ago, probably months ago now. Just go ahead and if you just Google search anything you want to know on YouTube, it's all there for you. I'm just going to put it up here on the ticker for you. If you just YouTube search BEASTwriter and then Jimmy Garoppolo Patriots, that will pop up. And again, I also include playlists for all you guys. So I actually made, let me put this up for you guys so you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. Like, what did you say? I don't understand. So it's right here. If you just go YouTube search BEASTwriter Jimmy Garoppolo Patriots, you'll see my pre-draft analysis along with my trade evaluation when it comes to Jimmy Garoppolo and why the Patriots make the perfect sense going back and teaming and reuniting with Bill Belichick. So go ahead and check that out. Again, if you want to watch any of my playlists or any of my previous YouTube podcasts, let's say at work you want to play catch up, one, you just turn on the bell notifications and you'll get the daily notifications. But other way you can look at it is I have a playlist. So if you go on YouTube, which you guys are on, and there's a playlist, go to my playlist. There's 32 different playlists of all 32 different teams. Go to the team that you want, and then you can see everything I had to say broken down brick by brick, time-stamped, and evaluated there. So good stuff going on there. But yeah, thank you so much. What do you think about the Niners getting Lance or Jacobs in the 3rd? Who are you talking about in terms of Lance or Jacobs? Which players specifically are you talking about in the 3rd? Are you thinking about Trey Lance? I don't know what you mean by that. But Eric, thank you so much for your generosity. Get back to me on that first part of the question. I'll be sure to answer that the best way I can. All right. Isaac V, how confident are you in the 49ers' current running back depth? Do you see a late round undrafted signing this year? Seeing the Niners always pick up and stash backs every year. Yeah. Great question, Isaac V from the BEASTwriter family. And getting back to your first question, I'm not that confident that these running backs are going to sustain a full 16-game schedule and be healthy. Jeff Wilson has proven that he can't do it. Raheem Mostert proved that he can't do it. They need some kind of consistent workhorse. And again, I talked about this yesterday in my live stream. People are talking about this running back by committee approach, which is good. You can win with it. We've seen it. You can win by the running back by committee approach in the NFL. The problem I have is looking at it from a player's perspective. A lot of people don't take layers of the onion to really get to the core when it comes to the running back by committee approach. Well, I'm going to break it down for you. Let's put things in perspective for a second. If you're playing in an outside zone run scheme on the outside zone run, right? You have to reach, block, or whatever, combo, reach, block, hit the second level, go outside, and you have to throw out a reach block or a seal block, whatever the case may be. Wouldn't you be well served to have that same running back behind you rather than rotating a rotational player in return? Because let me tell you something, rapport is everything and team chemistry is everything at the NFL level. And if you're an offensive lineman, you can leverage your split, you can leverage your technique, you can leverage your blocking assignment differently if you know that the guy behind you can make that first tackler miss, especially on a designed outside zone run. So in a designed outside zone run, you can maybe be like, oh, well, I'm going to let this guy go because I know my boy back here is going to make that tackler miss, and then I can hit the second level and we can gain extra valuable yards. Well, it's hard to do that when you keep rotating and turning these running backs down in distance, situational football, and then you really don't know what you're getting because you're not building that rapport, getting game day reps, live reps. And in practice, it's practice, but game day is a different story. And let me tell you something. If you have that one stable workhorse that the offensive line knows, like, hey, I know exactly where this run's going to go. I know exactly how my man back here is going to make that defender miss, or how he likes to leverage his run on a cutback running lane. Maybe it'll be a one cut back on a one cut back play. And I know he's going to hit this hole, so maybe I should seal off this guy instead. These are certain things that you look for from the offensive line position, but it's hard to go ahead and build up that rapport when you still have rotating running backs coming in every other play. Difference. There's a difference there. Justin McGinnis, iron sharpens iron, competition breeds more competition. Yes. Ooh, here's one. Deplorable Joker from the BEASTwriter family says 49ers are getting Pitts. So he thinks the 49ers are trading up to number 3 to get Kyle Pitts. Interesting. Interesting. All right, let's go ahead and move on. We're getting a lot of questions here. All right, let's go ahead and block this guy. We got a lot of people that we need to block. All right. RG from the BEASTwriter fans, of course, this is your hottest stream ever. It's history in the making. RG, yes, maybe history in the making. I wouldn't say history in the making. I would say there's bigger trades that were made. But Rashawn Virgil from the BEASTwriter family, not trading Warner. Paul McGrath, love your stream, Beast. Keep up the great work. Shout out from Ireland. Thank you so much, Paul. I appreciate the love and support from Ireland. That's awesome. RG says 49ers cannot miss on this pick. It needs to hit. Well, hey, it's history in the making, bro. Like you said, history in the making. What do you think about that? The various monsters says Pitts to the Atlanta Falcons from the BEASTwriter family. So he's probably an Atlanta Falcons fan. Chiming in and says Pitts to the Atlanta Falcons. RG, it's a huge day for the faithful. Enjoy. I like it. I like it. Dario Davis from the BEASTwriter family. Who's the best quarterback in the draft? Interesting. Who the best quarterback in the draft is? Well, I think it's Zach Wilson. Outside of Trevor Lawrence, of course. Outside of Trevor Lawrence, it's going to be Zach Wilson. Yeah, that's my take. And people are wondering, what are you drinking? This is my protein shake. So I drink every morning before I wake up for the gains. All right. Par Bernardo. So with all the draft capital we gave up, why didn't we make the trade to the Jets initially? Well, again, you don't want to show your cards. If you're GM Joe Douglas, you don't want to show your cards. Maybe the asking price, they wanted more. Maybe now they just want to get in better position to make a play for the New York Jets pick. There's a lot of moving parts. We still don't know. Maybe they really like Zach Wilson. Maybe they wanted to drive up the interest in Zach Wilson, so they didn't want to make a play until after Zach Wilson's pro day. A lot of moving parts. Right? A lot of moving parts. All right, let's go ahead and move on. Patrick Arribez says Jimmy G traded to the Patriots for their first round pick, and the Niners take Najee Harris. Thank you so much for the insights and analysis. I appreciate the love. Yes, and I actually said this in my earlier podcast, Patrick. I said that in my Jimmy G trade analysis, you will know right here, if you just YouTube search BEASTwriter Jimmy Garoppolo to the Patriots, everything is there. And everything that Patrick Rebus is saying, he's echoing my analysis, and I would agree with you, my man. I agree with Patrick. Jason Ellsworth from the BEASTwriter family. What if the 49ers don't take a quarterback at 3? That would definitely put Lynch and Shanahan on the hot seat. Yes. And I did a podcast on that, how GM John Lynch should be on the hot seat. So Again, I like how people try to challenge me. Say, oh, that's funny. He's not on the hot seat. And be like, okay, well, do you know what the other 31 other NFL GMs are doing? And compared to the NFC West, you know the moves that he made compared to those GMs and how those moves are panning out and how his are not panning out. Let's peel it back brick by brick. That'd be interesting if they didn't take a quarterback. I'm pretty sure Niner fans would go berserks over that. Just in case, from the BeastWriter family, with cornerback most likely being the 3rd overall pick, how do you feel about wide receiver with our 2nd round pick? Nope, I'm not feeling a 2nd round pick wide receiver. The reason I say that is because they have Deebo Samuel and they have Brandon Ayuk. They have Deebo Samuel and they have Brandon Ayuk. Those are 2 guys, okay? 2 guys you really don't want to trade. Or sorry, don't want to draft somebody to kind of take away snaps from them. Because you got to remember, Brandon Ayuk, Deebo Samuel, George Kittle. That's your trio of wide receivers, essentially, right? George Kittle is more like a wide receiver than anything else. He gets targeted more than anybody on the team anyways when healthy. So take that into account. If you added another wide receiver in the 2nd round while disregarding the offensive line, I think you'd be doing yourself a disservice because, again, Alex Mack, Trent Williams, good. Right tackle Mike McGlinchey, Laken Tomlinson, average. Daniel Brunskill, average. I would think the team would be better served to go after an offensive interior guard than rather go out and get a wide receiver in the 2nd round. However, there are wide receivers in the 2nd round who I think would be good fits for some of these other teams. But as it pertains to your San Francisco 49ers, I don't think that should be the play. They could also roll and go boundary cornerback in the 2nd round. There's a lot of moves that could be made. Steve Powers from Facebook, who's to say we don't trade back down with Carolina and pick up extra picks while still getting a top cornerback? Me. I don't think that they would do that because knowing John Lynch personally, I don't think that's his MO. Fortnite's Ultra Report, thank you so much for generosity. Who should the 49ers take at 3? And thank you for the super chat. People are wondering what the heck a super chat is. This is a super chat. Thank you. Who should the 49ers take at 3? Well, my guy would be Zach Wilson. I think they're going to have to leapfrog the Jets at number 2 to go ahead and take him. Now, people are saying, well, why didn't they do that in the first place? Well, if you're GM Joe Douglas, it's like a game of poker. Why would you show your cards before the flop in Texas Hold'em? Why would you do that? You don't do that. You want to wait till everything plays itself out. The pro days is here. It's coming out. And now we just have to know what's going on. And as it pertains to what they're going to do with that number 3 overall pick, we just have to see how it plays out. And if I'm GM Joe Douglas, I'm going to drive up smoke. Whether I want Zach Wilson or not, I'm going to show and pretend that I'm interested in Zach Wilson and be like, you know what? I'm not so sold on Sam Darnold. We're really going to draft Zach Wilson. John Lynch be like, but I want Zach Wilson. But like, okay, well, you're going to have to give up something and you don't have draft picks, so you have to give us something else. What do you want, Robert Saleh? I want Fred Warner. What about Fred Warner? That's a good one because CJ Mosley, we're not going to use him anymore. He's the highest paid middle linebacker in the game in terms of guaranteed money, but we're not going to get him anymore. I like Fred Warner. What about Fred Warner? Interesting. Isaac V from the BeastWriter family says Shanny getting his Steve Young. Hey, could happen. Alan James DeHart from Facebook says they are attended his pro day. They're going to get Wilson. All these pages were keeping Jimmy G. Now y'all want him gone. Okay. Ruggs 89 New York Jet fan here. Welcome to the BeastWriter family. Again, we have fans from all 32 fan bases. That's what the BeastWriter family right here is all about. BWS stands for BeastWriter family. We are launching t-shirts with this logo. We're doing a fun giveaways with this logo. A lot of cool stuff. So BeastWriter family is all about good vibes only. And we have a Jets fan here who also follows us. Not surprising. Ruggs 89 New York. Thank you for tuning in. And again, welcome to the BeastWriter family. He says, Jet fan here. We def take you Wilson. There you go. They're going to go get Zach Wilson. He knows. So you're not sold on Sam Darnold. He knows. So that's why I said in order to get Zach Wilson, this is coming from a Jets fan. Again, I cover all 32. This is why I say you have to move up from 3 to 2 to get him. Why would GM Joe Douglas be like, oh yeah, we're not taking Zach Wilson. Go ahead and make that deal. He just lost draft position. You never want to show your cards. You never want to show your cards. Never want to show your hand. It's like a game of Texas Hold'em. You don't show your cards before the flop. You show it after all the chips are in the middle of the table and someone calls you out on going all in. It's just GM 101. Mark from the YouTube BEASTwriter family says, Wilson to Jaguars. Ooh, trade with Jets, sending Warner for number 2 and a future number 1 back. Draft Lawrence. Ooh, interesting, Mark. Interesting take. Steven Johnson from the BEASTwriter family. I hope to get Zach Wilson. You think they have to trade up to number 2? Yep. Absolutely. Shock TK. Dolphins robbing the whole NFL. I mean, multiple first-round picks. So you give up the 12th overall pick and then possibly, 2 more? So 3 first-round picks and a third-round pick to move up from 3 to move back from 3 to 12. My gosh. I don't know. That's giving up the farm. William Roberts. I like Jimmy G, but if we trade him to the Patriots, we need their second and third picks and Stephon Gilmore. I'm not high on Stephon Gilmore. I wouldn't want Stephon Gilmore, although you would get him at a fraction of the cost because, again, the dead money tied to his contract. I broke that down earlier in another live stream, but trade Jimmy Garoppolo, get the picks, let them keep Stephon Gilmore. Romero points us, because remember, you bring in Stephon Gilmore, then what's the point of keeping Emmanuel Mosley to that 2-year, $10.1 million contract? And what's the point in return of signing that Jason Verrett to that $5.5 million prove-it deal? And you have K'Waun Williams coming back on the 2 and change deal on the 1-year prove-it deal. So the logjam at cornerback has already been set. So there's no room for Stephon Gilmore to make a play and carve his niche out in San Francisco. Just doesn't make sense. But thank you so much for the analysis. I really appreciate William Roberts. All right, Romero Puentes from the BEASTwriter fan. What's going on? What's going to do with John Lynch with the second round pick? I don't know what's going to happen with that. Again, we're going to have to see how the draft board falls. I have to rework my mock draft, obviously, because there's some trades that were made. Interesting to point out. I will have something up later today. Aaron Mala from YouTube BEASTwriter family. What do you think? Who do you think will fill Warner's spot if that trade goes down? Nobody. No one can fill Fred Warner's shoes. Graham Barnes, shout out San Diego State. That's what's up, man. San Diego State, you know what's up. On campus at the moment. Have a great day. Hey, that's what's going on. So you, Graham, thank you so much for tuning in. Graham Barnes from San Diego State. Are you living on campus or what's going on there, man? I used to live at Quick Cali. I know it. I heard it's not very good now, but when it first opened, I was the first one living there. It was the hottest place on campus to live in. It was actually a suite. You guys know the business there. So we had like 7 other roommates, a huge house. Oh man, San Diego State was fun times, man. And are you in a fraternity? I'm in the Phi Kappa Psi fraternity at San Diego State. You know what's up. So what's up to all my Phi Psis out there? Holla at your boy. Max Pollack from Facebook says, Lynch called Jimmy to tell him he wasn't going to be traded at least this year. At least this year. Interesting. Hey, Jimmy, we still like you, but not enough. We just like you beyond, only beyond this year. We like you now, but we don't like you beyond this year. If you're Jimmy Garoppolo, be like, screw you, bro. What the heck? Who the heck do you think you are? Hey, we're going to make a trade for number 3 overall pick, but I just want to let you know that, we really like you for now. If you're Jimmy Garoppolo, you're going to be like, what the And here I'm looking at it right now. I got a notification. It says, 49ers have no plans to trade Jimmy Garoppolo, despite ESPN put that out there. I think that's funny. I'm laughing because no plan to trade Jimmy Garoppolo. That's a bunch of BS. Why would Jimmy Garoppolo even want to stay in San Francisco? Come on, this is so ridiculous. These reports are dumb. Really? We have no plans to change Jimmy Garoppolo, but we just moved up number 3 to get a quarterback to replace you. Cool story, bro. Michael Robson from the BEASTwriter family. I have a lot of faith in Justin Fields. Ooh, LaFarious Monster says, same. Fields is a beast. Well, there's only one beast. I'm joking. All right. Niners all day 55. I think we get Wilson or Fields. Dodon said, isn't it 17 games now? Yes, 17 games, 16 games, 20 games. I don't know. John Seguro from YouTube BEASTwriter family. You guys getting Fields. There you go. He says, all right. John also says Zach Wilson is going to number 2 to the Jets. So again, my analysis. John, are you a Jets fan? It looks like you're a Jets fan. I'm not sure. Jerry Yang says, great show, Beast. Lunchtime, I'm out. Thank you so much, Jerry. I appreciate the love and support. Wow, we have a lot of stuff coming on here. A lot of stuff. All right. Fortnite's Ultra Report says, thank you so much for your generosity and the super chat. Does this make sense? Warner and Jimmy Garoppolo for number 2 to get Wilson plus the number 3. Oh, man. Wait, so Warner and Jimmy Garoppolo. So you're saying trade Warner, Jimmy Garoppolo for the number 2 overall pick? Ooh. It wouldn't surprise me. I don't know. It's interesting, but it wouldn't surprise me. I'm not saying I would do it because I wouldn't trade Fred Warner, but it wouldn't surprise me. John Lynch does some stupid, pretty dumb things. I mean, trading DeForest Buckner was pretty dumb. Pretty dumb. All right, let's get to your... Wow, we have a lot of questions up in here. All right. Simon says we need to cut Trent Taylor. Well, I believe he's a free agent, if I'm not mistaken. You stupid fool says from BEASTwriter, there are some good quarterbacks in the second round. Yes, there are. There are some good quarterbacks in the second round. Dario Davis. That's what I'm saying. If Hurd be healthy, nobody can stop us. If Hurd can stay healthy. Shaquille Thompson. From the BEASTwriter family, do you think the Niners had these picks ready for a trade for Watson? No, I don't think so. Maybe. Everything was possible before the trade or before the stuff went down, so maybe that could have been a play, but I don't know, man. It's interesting. It's not happening. Watson's got case pending, even though he's innocent. Don't think the foreigners want that attention. Don't think we'll go after Watson. Yeah, I agree. Ben Allen said, from the BEASTwriter family, Fred has to stay beast. Who would be the middle linebacker if he is gone? Great question, Ben. Again, you can't replace a Fred Warner. So the answer is nobody, as Jim Harbaugh would say. And I just don't see anybody replacing him. But at the end of the day, if you're Robert Saleh and you're trying to instill the all-gas, no-break culture, and you just signed Tevin Coleman from the 49ers, being the first 49er to go on to play for the New York Jets, which is interesting because I thought Kerry Hyder and K'Wan Williams would definitely be joining Saleh in New York. Obviously, that tells me one thing, that GM Joe Douglas is the one in charge there, and he's not listening to much input for Robert Saleh. And if he is, I probably would believe that Robert Saleh would have wanted Kerry Hyder Jr. over a guy like Carl Lawson. Just putting it out there. And he comes a lot cheaper. Right? I believe Carl Lawson signed a ridiculous, what was it, like a freaking 3-4 year, 40 million, it was something ridiculous, $1 million contract. Let me just pull it up. Yeah, Carl Lawson, they signed, and of course, Kerry Hyder Jr. goes on to play for the Seattle Seahawks. So I don't know what's going on. So you can't replace a Fred Warner, but if you're Robert Saleh, you're talking Joe Douglas being like, hey man, I want Fred Warner. He's my quarterback of the D. I want to continue that trend moving forward in New York. Keith Wallace from the BEASTwriter family says, based on Bears Niners trade, moving from 3 to 2 would cost a 3rd round pick. Niners have that much capital. You stupid fool from the BEASTwriter family is not when Shanahan gets his quarterback, he will be on the hot seat too. Simon says, sit our rookie for the first year. Let Jimmy play 1 more year. 1 more year. 1 more year. 1 more year. Everyone and at Levi Stadium should just have a sign for Jimmy Garoppolo says 1 more year. One more here. John Oliver, creepy uncle. Uh, your guys' YouTube handles are hilarious. Mac Jones to the bag. Okay. You stupid fool. Shanahan will have no excuse when he gets his guy. Very true. Very true. A guy called Ed, my man, for the Beastwriter family says, Sup, Beast. Any thoughts on the Falcons making a move to leapfrog the Niners to get their quarterback? Interesting. Yes, GM Terry Fontenot is now in a bind because obviously I have him currently mocked to get Justin Fields, but with Trevor Lawrence coming off the board, we don't know what's going on with the New York Jets at number 2, if they're going to roll with Sam Darnold or select a quarterback. Obviously, the full contingent there is in BYU's pro day right now, so they're seriously looking at one player, and that's Zach Wilson. So if he's off the board at number 2, the Niners are left with what? Justin Fields at number 3, the guy who I thought the Falcons would be taking before that trade went down earlier today. What do? Terry Fontenot, the new GM of the Atlanta Falcons coming over from the New Orleans Saints, is going to look at this and be like, shoot. All right, let's talk to the New York Jets because the Jacksonville Jaguars and GM Jeremy Palkey aren't moving off that number 1 spot. So let's talk to the New York Jets and see what we can do there. Excuse me. So a lot of stuff. Alazy from YouTube Beastwriter family, do you see the Bears doing something crazy to move up in the draft? Alazy, thank you so much for tuning in. Again, we have fans from all 32 fan bases. We have Jets fans, Bears fans, Panthers fans, Cardinals fans, 49ers fans, Steelers fans, all chiming in the Beastwriter family. We're all about good vibes only. You want to take that other stuff, trolling, oh, you don't know what to do, you're dumb. Take that over to another social media platform, Beastwriter family, where it's all about good vibes only. And getting back to your question, my man, Ryan Pace is not the sharpest tool in the shed. Your GM is not very bright. You guys currently hold what? The number 20th overall pick in the upcoming draft. Ultimately, I see you guys landing a offensive lineman as the draft board currently stands. Could they move up? Yes, they could. I mean, they did sign Andy Dalton. They're not going to move up for a quarterback. He's entrenched as a starter. You guys did get Angelo Blackson for the Arizona Cardinals, who I thought was a really good find. I also liked how you guys re-signed Mario Edwards Jr. His father is obviously Mario Edwards Sr., who played for the Dallas Cowboys. I believe he also played at Florida State. Mario Edwards Jr., great rotational player. I like him a lot. I thought it was a great underrated signing in free agency that no one's talking about. You guys got a good one by maintaining him and keeping him in-house. So Mario Edwards, good job there. But as it pertains to your question, and if the Chicago Bears are going to move up the draft board for, say, like, let's say a wide receiver or offensive lineman, I don't see that playing out, man. I just don't see it playing out because I think you can find a serviceable offensive lineman at the pick that you're at. Now, whether that guy Samuel Cosme or Alex Leatherwood, someone like this, I can see that playing out. And again, Ryan Pace can't really do much on the defensive side of the football because there's so much dead money tied up in those contracts. They couldn't really do anything. And now that you guys franchise tagged Allen Robinson, I don't think they're going to keep Allen Robinson. I think what's going to happen is they're going to trade Allen Robinson to the Baltimore Ravens, which I stated in an earlier podcast. If you missed that podcast, I broke down that trade to where Orlando Brown Jr., who's now with the Baltimore Ravens, but thinks he's a blindside left tackle with Ronnie Stanley coming back. Well, that's kind of going to be a problem. Don't be surprised if Orlando Brown Jr. gets traded to the Chicago Bears on or before draft day in exchange for Allen Robinson. So now the Baltimore Ravens get their wide receiver 1. The Baltimore Ravens also wiped their hands clean of a disgruntled Pro Bowl left tackle, and you guys get him on a cheaper rookie deal because, again, he's still on that rookie deal, and then you can wipe your hands clean of Charles Leno Jr. and still have money in cap savings. All right, Isaac V from the Beastwriter family. If the Niners don't move up to number 2 to get Wilson, someone else will. Ooh, interesting. Dario Davis says, we are getting Justin Fields. Okay. Keith Wallace for the Beastwriter family says, Niners future firsts aren't going to be near a value of an early first rounder, I hope. All right. Flyers Ultra Report, thank you so much. I appreciate the love and support. And your super chat, I answered your question. Yeah, it's going to be interesting, man. I don't know what's going to happen. We are getting a lot of questions. Paul Bernardo, thanks for the reply to my questions. Awesome freaking podcast. Thank you so much, Paul Bernardo. I appreciate the love and support, and welcome to the BEASTwriter family. Again, if you have yet to subscribe to the BEASTwriter family channel, go ahead and do so. I call it the BEASTwriter family channel because when you're here, your family, we have fans from all 32 different fan bases, and it's all about good vibes only here. I like social media engagement, so please chime in, leave your analysis and feedback. Just be respectful of each other's opinion. If you want to talk and troll other people and other fan bases, that's not for this platform. You can go ahead and do that on the other ones, but not here in the BEASTwriter family. We're all about good vibes only. All right. And anybody who does subscribe to the YouTube channel, you'll be in it for the BEASTwriter Family Friday giveaway, which I'll be doing later today. And that would be a lot of fun. I was going to hop on a 2:30 p.m. live stream, but since we're hitting here at 12:30, I'm going to come back and roll out the winner for this. And again, we have fans from all 32 different fan bases. So if you're not a Niner fan, don't worry. Go ahead and pick out a value of $25 at the team store, and I'll go ahead and ship that out to you. It's all about good vibes only here. All right. But thank you so much, Paul Bernardo. I appreciate the love and support. All right. Expert Dealer says, do you think the Jets take Zach? As of right now, I do. As of right now and today, as I'm doing this live stream, I believe they are. Absolutely. You Stupid Foo says, this trade is for a quarterback, not a tight end or a defense. This trade is for a franchise quarterback. Absolutely. Agree with that. Simon says, we don't want a Dante Pettis situation. Oh, man. You guys are just chiming in. Rachi from the BEASTwriter family says, maybe the Jets are willing to trade the number 2 pick, but didn't want to drop down to number 12. So that's why they need to trade with the Jets to get a higher pick. And now the Jets are willing to deal that number 2. Interesting. Rachi, I love it. And I love it. Again, this is great analysis from Rachi, part of the BEASTwriter family. This is really interesting. I'm going to leave this up. Listen, people were saying, oh, why didn't they just make a trade with the Jets? I said, you don't want to show your cards. It's like a game of Texas Hold'em. You don't show your cards before the flop. Why would you do that? Same thing. You don't want to show your cards before BYU's Pro Day because why would you do that? The draft's not even here yet. So let's wait till the river and the turn before we go ahead and make that decision. So Rashi, my man from the BEASTwriter family, gives great insight and analysis. He says maybe the Jets are willing to trade to the number 2 pick, but didn't want to drop down to number 12 based on what? What I always talk about, draft position. This is why you guys follow me on YouTube. This is why you're part of the BEASTwriter family. That's what it's about. So that's why they needed to trade with the Jets to get a higher pick. And now the Jets are willing to make the deal for the number 2 overall pick. Interesting. All right. Let's go ahead and answer some of your questions. We got a lot of questions. Let's see here. Ben Allen, I answered your question as to who's going to be replacing Fred Warner. I said nobody. All right. Wow, we have a lot of questions. All right. Alan Owens says, they better be 100% sure who they're getting and how good they are. This will make or break Lynch and Shanahan. Yes. This is the power play move that either you are going to look good for doing this deal or setting the franchise back 5 years. Legit. This is, and again, Alan Owens, great analysis. This is why I love the BEASTwriter family. Look, he's saying it. He's being a 100%. This is a Niner fan. He's saying this. They better be 100% sure who they're getting and how good they are. This will make or break Lynch and Shanahan, both of them. I agree. Because who ultimately is going to be responsible for making this pick? John Lynch, he's the GM. But who's the one behind the scenes stating, I want this guy, pounding on the table. I want this quarterback. He fits my scheme. I know we can be an all-pro type player. Kyle Shanahan. What if that player doesn't pan out? What if that player doesn't pan out? Again, it's a tough world that we live in because we have to project and predict these things in real time. What's happening is, in hindsight, all the fans come out of the woodworks and be like, oh, man, we should have done this. But in real time, you guys were not saying that. Not saying you specifically, but I mean fans in general. So it's very difficult when you're in their shoes today Just say you're probably sweating balls and be like, my gosh, like what the heck are we? Okay, now that we have the number 3 overall pick, are we sure we think Zach Wilson's going to be the guy? Are we sure? Because if he's not looking so strong in 2 years, we're both out of a job, and it won't be in the Bay Area. NFL stands for not for long. We all know this. All right, Dan and Gody from the BEASTwriter family. I've heard some analysts put Fields ahead of Wilson. Do you think any teams are doing that? Sure. I heard from few within the organizations. I can't name obviously I'm not going to name the teams. I never released my sources. You guys know that. But my stuff is spot on when it comes to saying stuff like this. But yes, I could specifically name there are 3 teams. 3? Yeah, 3 teams who actually have Justin Fields ranked higher than Zach Wilson. 3 teams. 2 within the NFC. You stupid foo said Alan Owens. That is true. There you go. All right. Rashi says, if Kyle gets his guy and becomes the franchise quarterback for the next 10 plus years and he helps them win a Super Bowl or 2, then they really overpay. Interesting. Yep. Could happen. Could happen. There's a lot, man. We got a lot of comments in there. I think we got like over like, jeez Louise, so many comments. I like it. Tyler Anderson from the BEASTwriter family. Also, since the Jags got Urban Meyer as head coach and he recruited Fields, maybe he'll be the number 1 overall pick. Maybe. And again, if you're just tuning in, breaking news, the 49ers traded up with the Miami Dolphins for the number 3 overall pick. They had to obviously give up the number 12 overall pick, but they move up from 12 to number 3. Now everyone's talking about what they're going to do at number 3. The Dolphins yield not only the 12th pick, but multiple first rounders in upcoming drafts, along with a 3rd round pick this year. I believe it's 3rd round pick this year or 3rd round pick next year, but a 3rd round pick in return. So a lot of draft capital. They gave up the farm, and here we are today talking about it on my live stream. Or on our live stream. John Oliver's creepy uncle says, Jimmy gets paid millions to sit at home and take notes. He has no reason to complain. Ooh. All right. Not for debate podcast. You might be right. Jimmy going to the Patriots. Yep. Lefarious Monster says, why would the Pats want Jimmy Garoppolo back, though? I actually broke that down in an earlier podcast. Be sure to check that out. Again, you subscribe to my YouTube channel, so just go to my playlist, click on the Patriots playlist or the Niners playlist. You will see everything I had to say brick by brick as to why Jimmy Garoppolo is going to go back and why I believe he's going to go back and be a perfect fit for Bill Belichick in New England. Thank you so much. All right. A guy called Ed says, all our moves so far have been for win now. Do you think pick number 3 gives us a better odds for a Super Bowl this year? Absolutely. Absolutely, I do. How can you not? If they're in a win now mode, win now means win this year, not win tomorrow, not win 2 years from now, win today. And they're definitely making a play for a quarterback to be in a win now mode, which is why they're saying they're not trading Jimmy Garoppolo, because obviously he can help them do that. With a rookie quarterback, you're not so hot. You're not so confident in that happening in year 1. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. So, of course, they're going to say good things about Jimmy Garoppolo because they don't want to burn that bridge. They still need him in case the quarterback doesn't pan out. I'm serious. It's true. It's a grueling truth, but no one wants to talk about that. But that's the truth. They're keeping Jimmy Garoppolo happy or pretending to keep him happy like they're on his side when really they're not, because just in case this quarterback doesn't pan out, hey, we got Jimmy Garoppolo. He can help us win the Super Bowl. He got us there last time. We don't want to burn that bridge. Let's just kind of like, not yet. Just saying. What about the Alex Smith and Pat Mahomes situation? Did Alex want out right away? I don't know. I don't know if he wanted out right away. Alan Owens from the BEASTwriter family. Jimmy doesn't take notes. He plays hangman against himself. Oh my gosh. You guys are funny. The comments are funny here in the BEASTwriter family. I just like reading the comments. Expert Dude says trade the number 2 pick for more picks. So he's saying the Jets should trade back for more picks. That could very well be the play. All right. let's see what else we got here. Keith Wallace. You wouldn't trade all that for the number 3 if you were going to trade players only for number 2. Interesting. Interesting. Interesting take there. Respect it. Alan Owen says John Lynch will be fired within the next 2 years. And I can see that happening. Why did they make assistant GM Adam Peters the assistant GM? I don't know. Antonio Rosales from the BEASTwriter family. Should the rookie quarterback start or Jimmy G this year? Well, in all honesty, I would say start. If they're going to keep with Jimmy Garoppolo, you start Jimmy Garoppolo. You know what you're getting. So at least you give that rookie quarterback some mental reps, some time to learn the system. There's no rush for him. You have Jimmy Garoppolo there. Wait till Jimmy G screws up and then insert the quarterback. That's what I would do. All right. Alan McLaughlin said, we'd be moved up to 3 so we can take either Fields or Wilson. Greeting from UK, by the way. Oh, there you go. Thank you so much. I appreciate the love. All right. So there's a lot of stuff that's going on here. There's a lot of questions. Wow. Jason Ellsworth says, got a notification from Bay Area Sports saying that the Niners are still saying Jimmy G is the guy this year. What a joke, man. Jimmy needs to go up here and say, if you guys get a quarterback, then trade me. Yes. Jason Ellsworth, exactly. If I'm Jimmy Garoppolo, I'm saying, you know what? This is all BS. And again, if you're just tuning into the BEASTwriter family, be sure to hit the subscribe button and subscribe to me on YouTube and join the BEASTwriter family where social media engagement is encouraged. We are giving away this Family Friday, 2:30 p.m. on our live stream, this Farewell to Season Candlestick Park flag. A lot going on here, guys. Again, look at this. This is mint condition. And you guys are wondering, whoa, that's a cool flag. How'd you get that? You can't buy this. This was given to me because, one, I'm a season ticket holder. And before covering the Niners, they give us away to all season ticket holders in the season opener against the Green Bay Packers, where Anquan Bolden went off for that career day and where Joe Staley got in a fight with Clay Matthews along the sideline because he hit Colin Kaepernick out of bounds late. Horrible. Yeah. One more year. One more year for Jimmy Garoppolo. One more year. One more year. Say it with me. One more year. One more year. One more year. You can do it. All right. Michael Brobson. I take Fields at number 3. I've got a lot of faith in him. That sounds weird coming from Iowa Hawkeye fan. Oh, true. That sounds weird. You're a Hawkeye fan. Antonio Rosales says Wilson, Lance, Fields are all better than Jimmy G. Okay. D. Wade, Panthers fan. Thank you for tuning in, my man. I see you. So what do you do? So what do the Panthers do now? Well, look, obviously you guys wanted Justin Fields. You guys wanted one of these quarterbacks. Ultimately, it's not going to happen. I don't see that happening anytime soon. What I do see playing out is there could be a lot of different things that can happen here, right? So, when you look at what's actually going on and how the draft board is being shaken up, don't be surprised if you guys go after Micah Parsons. Now, I know you guys got Denzel Perryman. You guys got Hassan Reddick. You guys got a few moving parts. But Micah Parsons, that guy had one heck of a pro day yesterday, man. I mean, he ran in the 4.3s for a linebacker. His vertical jump was extremely explosive. The measurables on his numbers were extremely good. So I like what I saw from Micah Parsons. When you're sitting there with the 8th overall pick, my best bet would still be to target cornerback Patrick Surtain. Don't hit the panic button. If you can't get a quarterback, just take the best player available. Go after cornerback Patrick Surtain. That should be your boundary cornerback for the foreseeable future because, again, you guys have a cornerback need, and you'll get the best one in the country at number 8 in Patrick Surtain. So that's what I think you guys should do. Get Patrick Surtain. Don't hit the panic button. You're fine. You're fine. You guys are good. Jake Browning from the BEASTwriter family. Ohio State quarterbacks are always a bust. Maybe Trey Lance is the better option. Great point. If you're going to predict the future behavior, you have to look in the past. Trey Lance could be the guy, could be the better prospect than Justin Fields. Antonio Rosales. Solid Chan must have been talking this the whole time. I think solid passes on Wilson. Interesting. That could very well. I mean, we don't know. D Wade says Panthers trading up to 2 for Wilson. Okay. William Roberts from the BEASTwriter family says, Ryan, you really could be a great GM in the NFL or a CEO to a big company. Big respect. Thank you so much for the love. I really appreciate it. I just like talking like as if I'm the GM, and then my Twitter, YouTube receipts check out. And that's why here in the BEASTwriter family, it's like, you guys understand what I'm trying to say here because everything connects the dots. I can put up a podcast that I posted like 2-3 months ago, even during the year, and I projected the stuff that's happening today during the year. I mean, that's what you have to do as a GM. You always have to see what other teams are doing, how they're setting up their draft boards, what their tendencies are, what their strengths are, what their weaknesses are, how their scouting department develops these players, how they formulate these grades, how free agency frenzy plays a role going into the draft. That's why when you see these mock drafts, I kind of laugh a lot of them because it's like, dude, like that GM would not make would not make that move. Like he hasn't done it, so why would he make that move? Why would he do this, and why would he explain why, and why would he do it? It's just like it's I don't know. Doesn't make no sense. Make no sense. But thank you so much, William Roberts. I appreciate the love and support, bro. Really means a lot, and you guys are my lifeline. So thank you. And welcome to the BEASTwriter family. Don from the BEASTwriter family. Judging quarterbacks based on past quarterbacks. Judging quarterbacks based on past quarterbacks from the same school is one of the dumbest things ever. Watch Texas Tech quarterbacks were stars before Mahomes. Very true. That could be true too. Don also says, Miami moves today were brilliant. They basically stole 3 draft picks and will get the wide receiver they wanted, or at least a guy they liked almost as much. Exactly. So they move from 3 to 6 because they struck a deal with the Philadelphia Eagles. They can actually just get Devontae Smith or Jamar Chase. GM Chris Greer is making power play moves, and the Miami Dolphins are my front runner for the AFC Super Bowl. That's it. The Miami Dolphins were my AFC pick for the Super Bowl. Mark it down. And let me tell you something. What I say during the playoffs last year, this past year, I said if the Dolphins somehow sneak into the playoffs, that's the one team no NFL team wants to face. AFC, NFC don't matter. They have the least amount of holes. They have Raekwon Davis, who is the best defensive tackle in last year's draft class based on my grading system. You guys know I have my own grading system. Raekwon Davis, who started as a 3-4 defensive end position before moving into the nose tackle position, taking over for Devon Gottschall, who had a torn bicep injury. He was out for the year. Raekwon Davis stepped in and played at the highest level for a rookie, outplaying guys like Javon Kinlaw, Eric Brown, head and shoulders above them in run support. Dude was a beast. And now you double down on those gains with the Xavier Howard on the back end of the defense. They obviously got parts in free agency. They have Devontae Parker now. You get a guy like Jamar Chase or Devontae Smith on the outside. You already have Mike Gesicki down the seams. You have Tua Tagovailoa. You also hold the number 18th overall pick, so you're going to get a running back that could be Travis Etienne or running back Najee Harris. Roll Tide roll. Here we come. Like those moves. GM Chris Greer, Brian Flores, good job. D-Way just trading down with Panthers. Ooh, could happen, man. Kiddo 4400 says, do you think the risk they are taking is worth it, or is it too early to tell? I think GM John Lynch knows he's on the hot seat, and that's why he made this move. I think GM John Lynch knows he's on the hot seat. This is probably likely his last year if he isn't hit. So he knows that, hey, if I don't go all in, this could be the end of my run. That's what I see happen. Project Mass says, Ryan, give me the lotto numbers. Nice predictions. Thank you so much, bro. I'm telling you, bro. That's why in the BEASTwriter family, people are like, if you're on Facebook, they're like, oh, what do you know? I'm like, okay. Well, that's why you don't follow me on YouTube. That's why I said, get a YouTube. See what I had to say. And now, obviously, people on the BEASTwriter family, they know what's up. Yes. I suck at lotto, man. I suck at lotto. Every time I do well with my prediction analysis, people always say, oh, give me the lotto numbers. Let's go to Vegas, make jokes like that. No. It'd be a miracle if I won the lotto. Or if I gave you the winning lotto numbers, would you split it with me? Maybe I'll just throw out numbers. And if we can sign a contract, Project Max, where we would split the commission on that, or the winnings, I should say, the commission, the winnings on it. That'd be really cool. Ollie Bear, thank you so much for your generosity and the super chat. People are wondering what the super chat is. This is a super chat. So again, the super chat is just another fun way for you guys to engage with me. So if you like the work, like the channel, like the BEASTwriter family we're striving to build, consider sending me a super chat. Also, all proceeds from the super chat will be donated back into the BEASTwriter family. As you see here, we're going to get better audio equipment, better software. As you guys know, it just went out earlier. This is the second day it's happened in a row. I'm very upset with them on that. So I got to talk to them about that after this live stream is over. So everything's getting funneled back into the BEASTwriter family and the BEASTwriter channel. Also, it'll help us keep up with the Family Friday giveaways, which includes this 49ers farewell season candlestick park flag. Look at that. And then you can do this and say to Jimmy Garoppolo, one more year. One more year. I'm joking. Ollie Bear, thank you so much for your generosity. I appreciate the love and support, and welcome to the BEASTwriter family on this happy Friday. He says, hey, Ryan, I really want Jimmy G to go back to the Patriots because it's the best fit for him. Me and my daughter is praying for that faithfully. Along, aloha and God bless. Yes, I agree with you 110%. Thank you so much again, Ollie Bear. You're from Hawaii, obviously. Oahu, right? I'm going to say Oahu or Maui. Maybe Kauai? I don't know. But thank you so much. Mahalo for the love. Appreciate you. And what do you think about our BEASTwriter family logo? We're going to launch those in Hawaii shortly, so stay tuned for that. I got a lot of family members in Hawaii and a lot of people who are in the BEASTwriter family who wanted this, and it's going to be going to you guys as well as anybody who's in the BEASTwriter family. Obviously, when you're here, your family. So no matter if you're in Hawaii, no matter if you're in California, this is our official logo. Pretty dope, right? I know. I like it. All right, let's go ahead and move on. Cool, genuine Phil. Pat's in a great position trip with all the free agent signings last and this week. Just signed James White, so main focus is cornerback in my opinion. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. All right. JC 49 Fish 9 for life says Kyle needs a quarterback. Kyle needs a quarterback that will take him to the next level. Absolutely. All right, Mark just chimed in, said, just read Trent Williams is pitching that Niners sign Antonio Brown. Yes, I saw that. I did see that, but you know what? All I got to say with Jimmy Garoppolo is this. One more year. Crazy. It's crazy how they want to keep Jimmy Garoppolo. Jay Oak says, how are you going to get Wilson another trade with the Jets? LOL. Yeah. Could be. Mark also says in the BEASTwriter family, is there any crazy chance Urban Meyer picks Fields at number 1? Now that would be interesting. Wow. If Urban Meyer can persuade GM Trent Baalke to go off his platform and select Justin Fields as his quarterback, that would be something. I tell you what, that would be equivalent to the Oakland Raiders at the time drafting Clelin Ferrell at number 4. When I said that was the worst move ever by the franchise. Probably top 10 worst moves in franchise history for the Oakland Raiders. Now the Las Vegas Raiders. Another one off the top of my head was drafting Darius Hayward-Bay, I believe at number 7, and passing up on Michael Crabtree at number 10, who the 49ers got at number 10. Head scratcher. I feel bad for the Raider Nation. I'm not throwing shade at the Raider Nation, but man, you guys trade Gabe Jackson to the Seattle Seahawks for what? A 5th round pick? You guys trade Rodney Hudson, your top 5 offensive center, to who? Oh, that's right. The Arizona Cardinals for what? A 3rd round pick? What are you doing? What is Mike Mayock doing over there? Or wait, that's right. John Gruden runs the show. Forgot about that. My man Jeremy DeGuzman from the BEASTwriter family said, "What's up, bro? I've been MIA trying to catch up." I thought you said I've been Miami trying to catch up. I get it. MIA. I also think about Miami because of the trade. There goes our draft crush in Najee, but now at least Kyle will get the quarterback he wants, I hope. Yes, absolutely. Everyone knows my draft crush is Najee Harris. Love that guy. Love Najee Harris. All right, Alan Owen to the BEASTwriter family. Niners need to be very confident in 2 quarterbacks. Why? The number 2 pick is still ahead of them. The Jets could gather a lot more draft capital from a team much lower trading up rather than the Niners to number 2. Interesting. Yep, very, 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 very true. Very true. All right. Well, I think that's going to wrap it up. We're just hitting 2 hours now. Oh, we have more questions. More questions. Greg Kennedy from Facebook. Who do you think we take at number 3? It has to be Fields or Lance. I think it has to be a quarterback. I don't know who that quarterback is. Ultimately, I wouldn't be surprised if the 49ers selected Zach Wilson by trading up with the New York Jets. However, if the Jets pass on a quarterback and they don't want Zach Wilson, ultimately he's going to go to San Francisco. So my guy is going to be Zach Wilson. I think no matter how you spin it, Zach Wilson is going to be the play for San Francisco. There's no way you trade up in the top 3 in hopes of landing Justin Fields. No, you want Zach Wilson. That's the play. That's the play. All right, well, that'll be it for this podcast and live stream on the breaking news. If you just heard about that, thank you so much for the love and support. We have a lot of stuff going on. William Roberts asking about Javonte Williams. I did do a podcast on that yesterday, so go ahead and look at my podcast on that after I close up this live stream. But I just want to say thank you so much for everyone that tuned into this live stream. The breaking news, if you just tuned in, the 49ers traded the number 12 overall pick to the Miami Dolphins in exchange for the number 3 overall pick, while yielding and giving up a 3rd-round pick and multiple first-round picks in return. So essentially 3 first-round picks along with a 3rd rounder. Well, thank you for tuning in. Again, we are doing a Family Friday giveaway at 2:30 p.m. on our live stream. I actually might go on and just post this a little bit earlier so I can hit the gym. Also, a lot to talk about, guys. Nothing but love and support. Thank you, everyone, for your generosity in sending me those super chat and super stickers. And again, we are giving away this farewell to season candlestick flag. So be sure to go ahead and subscribe to your boy as you stay up to date on all things Beast in real time. Thank you for tuning in. Have a good day. BEASTwriter out.